Hey guys, sorry,
This is fine.
I was explaining something to Minty. I guess I could have told you guys too. We kind of spoilers today for Animal Cake, so I didn't wanna. We don't wanna do that. Screech. Don't screech. I mean, you won't recognize at first. You won't recognize any areas or anything, so it won't matter because we moved to the next map. Life is futile. We moved to the next map, so like you won't recognize where I am or anything. But yeah, it's would be spoilers for you to see the story right now. I was just telling Minty there's an area of which I will not explain the origins for spoiler reasons. That there's a mastery track line where you can upgrade it to have like crafting stations and trade posts and stuff. So it acts like one of those special areas from for real money. And it has its own little portal thing, a scroll that sends you there, you know? Yeah. But it's made with masteries instead of with money. Which is nice. But I can't see everything that we can get in it because we haven't finished the story yet. But it's pretty cool looking so far. And there are zip lines in here. There are zip lines everywhere, but yeah, so I'm excited to have that finished. But there's so many masteries. I'm just like, I train everything. I should train them all. But yeah, I don't want to be too specific about what this place is and why we're here. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't need to explain what we're doing. We're playing Guild Wars. Let's play Guild Wars. Say hi, Minty.
Hello.
Oh, you fished? I fished too, and then I saw how many fishing achievements there were, and it got really excited. What is Guild Wars?
I am not excited about fishing. I'm like,
Too
they
bad.
don't even give me relics, so like, why would I care about fishing?
Eddie.
Gotta fish up relics so I can repair my armor, Sarah.
You stole Russ's joke of pretending you don't know what's going on. I see. My seat selection just lagged for me. Oh, someone has a turtle. Hello. Spoilers, there are turtles. Everybody knew that. I guess the meta that you have to do to get the turtle is really hard. People are asking for like KP, like legendary gear pings in the LFG. I was like, I'm not gonna prove that I have a good build to do an open world. Oh look, this person's a fish. Let's do an open world event. Wait, where are you, Minty? You're not in this. You're not even in Cantha.
I am looking for my. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Elite toxic fools. I got the hammer I wanted, so I thought I had to build this hammer, and I thought to have to build this hammer, I had to get certain masteries from a thing that I haven't done yet. And so I was like training the masteries and stuff. And then I realized it's just for sale on the trade post after I'd worked for like 2 hours on it. So then I just bought it. So we're good. Yeah, it's just for sale. I figured if you have to go through 2 mastery lines on a mastery track that you have to unlock.
No, God, please, no!
Through the story, that you have to then buy a thing from a vendor that's special so that you can then build this thing that you have to buy more things from special vendors that have to do with the story, that it wouldn't be for sale, that it would be account bound, but it's not. It's only soul bound once you use it. So there, you can just make them and put them on the trade post. And I was like, pardon? I did all that for nothing? So I have part of the last end of the last Iceberg Saga done because I wanted a hammer. I wish it wasn't so dark in here right now because... Good morning, Panda! Because I'd be able to show you why this outfit works. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you anyway because I can just teleport back here. So hang on. Let me take you guys to the monastery. No, I'm just talking about the Dragon Slayer hammer, dude. It had like all these prerequisites to build it, and then it was just for sale on the trade post. So I took a screenshot of this tile when I was making this outfit, and I know it's dark out, so it's kind of hard to tell because my Sylvari is half glowing. You know what? We're gonna turn off Aurora. Oop. Hi. Okay. So I took the colors out of this tab and I put them into my outfit. So I found this, you know, we're gonna look at it this way. I found this hammer here that has like I like the clouds. It kind of reminded me of the like different architecture and sculptures around here. And then it had, you know, the turquoise and also like some kind of pinky purple like tassels on it. So I thought it'd be really cool. Oh, I'm on my dog. I thought it'd be really cool to combine the different colors together from this tile and make an outfit out of it. So I did. So I actually had a different pair of pants in mind, but when I originally did it, it looked better in the like preview, these ones, than it does these do in the like game. So I put these ones on instead. So yeah, it's more simple than some of my other outfits, but I'm really happy with it.
Where does Guild Wars keep its screenshot folder?
In your documents should be Documents Guild Wars 2 screenshots.
Okay.
So yeah, we're using this right now, and my back piece is also a glider that pops out. So pretty happy with that. And I love the new hairstyles that came with the expansion pack. I haven't switched over all of my mounts yet, but I did switch over the dog, and I definitely switched over this. And then all of my other outfits aren't gonna match my mounts or my hair for for a while. We won't worry about it. But yeah, I like these tiles, so I was like, how to make an outfit based on a tile. But I think that, especially in the daytime, she goes really well with this area. But that's not where we are right now, so I'm gonna head back. Boop. We're blasting off. Let's go. I also have, I have Tim Hortons again. My mom keeps going outside and she comes back. We're not doing anything yet. There's nothing about this area that's a spoiler, because I've talked to all the NPCs already. It's just like, hey, you want to see me zip line? Because I can zip line. I love it, actually. It's so cool. Because we were like, at first we were like, how do people without mounts get up here? And then it was like, zip lines. Zip lines. I won't talk to the kestrels, but there are like teleporters to go up and down as well. Kestrels are just the name of the birds. Birdie, tengu, like bird things. They just have their own group or something. I don't know. I don't even know if it's like a group or if it's like they're a certain race of bird, or like, not a race of bird, but you know what I mean, like, like Elonians are to Canthans. Brand, yeah. Don't spoil anything, by the way. Right now, Damon, just because, or not story-wise, the Admiral Cake isn't caught up yet. And neither is RD, who was here briefly. Captain Falcon can be a Kestrel. There we go. Some humans in Kestrel? I don't know. A stool! Minty, I need you here. What are you doing?
Changing my hair color.
Oh, well that's very important. Continue. Make sure you get your cute little, unless you want some of the new hair, make sure you get your cute little pigtails back. Minty has to get...
Pigtails are better.
Minty has to get his magical girl hair back because Minty is a magical girl. Did you guys see me just kind of float my way up onto that with the end of the jump? Like, it didn't quite make it, so it was just like, ah, you're good. It's fine. I glow. Yeah, I had to do a lot of work to get this, the shinies on top. This is when sometimes it takes a man to be the best girl. It takes a Minty to be the best girl. Hey Minty, Minty, you are best girl.
Oh.
you're my best girl. He's like, probably like, this is weird. Please stop, Sarah. Please. Oh god, I have Rain Paris songs stuck in my head and I just cannot stop singing them, and I can't because it not loud. Where am I? So I've been like holding different stuff in here, and look, there's a whole section just for fishing. Look at it all. Look at it all.
I'm debating going with a slightly lighter pink this time.
A slightly lighter pink. Ooh, bubblegum. Yes. Fashion Wars 2 is really important. I like it. I think you look cute. Have you seen some of the famous drag queens? They do better than some girls. Yes. Exactly. Fish, exactly. I know, there's so many. They're like locked. There are locked fishing collections that are prerequisites to the fishing collection. There are fishing collections with titles. Cod swimming amongst mere minnows being my favorite. Oh, it's so stupid. I love it. Yeah, like I'm ready. I'm ready. When this, you guys are, people are gonna be like, I thought you were playing Lost Ark. I thought you were playing Valheim, and be like, no, I'm busy fishing in Guild Wars 2. Minty! Do-do-do-do-do-do. A legendary fishing pole. Minty? Minty.
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out where you... Oh, did you teleport in here?
Yeah.
You don't have your scroll?
The waypoint was closer. I don't know.
Hang on. Come back. You gotta hold still for the people. Guys. Magical Girl Minty is back. Actually, Magical Girl Minty has a Magical Girl outfit that he's not using right now. But, yeah, it's all good. It's fine. You can wear that. And, oh! Your colors are Christmas. Your colors are Christmas. I forgot. Christmas happened. Try building a fish trap in Valheim's 4 stacks of wood later and not a single fish. Not quite the Minecraft auto fishing farm you hoped for. Alright. Are you ready to get going? And for Admiral K to panic and go lurk mode. Let's head out. So we need to be, we're heading to Melandru's whatever. Yep, lurk. off you go. No spoilers for you. We're gonna do the story. So, I don't remember what was happening 2 days ago.
Neither do I. Also, are we?
We are literally in different instances. What is this? Hello. I do have more stuff on my Jade bot, by the way. It can hold whole 4 charges now. Look at me. Hey Paul, how are you doing? So we have to go to Melinda's Grace. We haven't made it to that thing that you said you're having a hard time with. Did you get it done? Oh wait, I remember what we're doing. Secret espionage. There are 2 groups that live in this forest that don't like each other, but also apparently don't like us. They don't like the main crowd, and they don't like each other either. Cults with different ideas. Did you find the airship yet? That's where we're going. Nobody likes us. We're outsiders, RD. I thought I had one. Or did I try to do it twice? Locate the airship. See, look. Locate the airship. I might need grabbing batteries. Security turrets. Woo! It feels more useful to grab the batteries when you can hold 4 charges.
Got you now.
Ooh.
You're headed in the right direction, Commander.
Thanks, Goric.
Just gotta slide uptick in signal strength. I think you're getting closer.
That's not a tree. All right.
We conducted 3 studies here lately.
They're just talking. Okay. Well. Apparently, this is the best part of the game.
Commander, you've got to be right on top of the source.
Well, I'm just looking at a strange door. Are you sure this is it?
The signal doesn't lie. Take a look inside.
Okay. Time to... Whoa, hello.
I'm inside, and there is an airship. It's got Aetherblade markings, all right. I'll keep you all posted.
Like it's a secret cavern, but it's not an individual instance, so there's just like a bunch of people hanging out. Revelers and juvenile white tigers. What's a revel? Is this just like a party?
Prepare deckside defenses.
Yes.
We don't have any deckside defenses.
People
Also,
dancing.
You don't order me around.
Side-eye cannot.
That order, Captain. We've got an old friend clambering aboard. Was wondering when you'd show up, Commander. Come
Cannot.
inside. We'll have a drink.
We drank all the drinks.
Saida, Canuck, I have to assume you're here on purpose.
On purpose, with purpose.
Cannot with
You
the
are looking
drip.
for the world's largest
Only
flying VIP social club and gourmet restaurant. Unfortunately, we lack the room and willpower for expansion.
he says that like it's my fault.
Okay, I stuck with you as long as I could, but we're going to talk about something else now. Captain Trin of the Aetherblades was murdered by her first mate, Anka. Anka wants this ship.
She can get in line.
I need her to think she can skip the line. Nothing we've done has surprised her. I want to change that.
You want to use us as bait? To draw out your murderous pirates? See, this is why I miss you, Commander.
What
We
exactly
should
do
hang
you
out,
get out
Canuck.
of this
Blow up
suicide
some things
pact you're
together for
proposing?
old time's sake.
As saviors of Cantha? Pretty sure Kaz could negotiate that into a favorable rate on a site for Canuck's social club.
A sight off my ship?
Well, let's not be too
Done.
hasty. Okay. Consider us bait, Commander.
Old time's sake. Old time's sake. We'll go blow something up. You got some bombs? Let's go. It'll be fun. Yeah, I know we already. Catch up, RD. Dude. Hang on, what's downstairs?
Don't know, don't care. Let's go to the next one.
Colin, there's slot machines. Colin, there's gambling! Colin, there's drinking and gambling and dancing and partying and music! Wait, we have to shuffle. You don't party, babe?
I don't.
Well, you're just full of disappointments. Let's go. Fine, we'll do the story. Blah,
I
blah,
am
blah.
tired and not drunk.
Smart thinking, Commander. We can lay a trap for Anka wherever that ship's going to moor.
She won't go down without a fight.
Should pick a spot where people are least likely to get hurt.
Ugh, Rama.
The
Boring.
Junlei Jade scrapyard, right in the center of Echovald. That'll be quiet enough.
I could send out a false message on their comms network. I've been working on a relay.
Oh,
yeah.
Sarah wants to
Anka
turn
will
on.
definitely hear it. And if she knows there aren't any defenses, she might get overconfident. At least overconfident enough to bring the extractor along for a speedy getaway.
What if she, like, gets away with it, though,
Message
guys?
sent and received.
Good work, Ivan. Everyone, come to the airship and we'll escort it to the scrapyard.
Ivan's on the way.
Then Ivan will be sad.
That's probably not the best idea. If I can hack around your photon forge, so can Anka.
You can monitor Aetherblade chatter from Arborstone, Ivan. Be our eyes and ears.
All right. Just promise me she won't get away.
Yeah, Ivan
She
wants
won't get away.
blood. Hey, that was an interesting story where we didn't go inside of a thing whatsoever.
Now we go inside this thing.
It was so short-lived, though. The chunks of stuff I got is both a material and a thing. It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm empty. Like my soul. Kanak, you got your shit
We
on.
want to detain her. If we can present Anka and her extractor to Minister Lee,
We can prove our innocence, and then use the extractor to drain the void from Suwon.
Look, Anka, we can't.
Hey,
She's too
Rama.
dangerous. Do you understand?
We do, but she left us with very few options, and that extractor's our best shot at saving Suwon. Hey, Yumi, see anything?
No. But do you really think I'd keep it to myself if I did?
Well, it's nice to see everyone in such a good mood.
The commander has been getting more and more tense every story.
She's a monster.
You don't have to convince us, Gorik. We're already on board. Everyone, clear on the plan?
not much of a plan.
Yes, we're clear. The Aetherblades attack, we repel, then take Anka alive and secure the extractor.
Well, I'm no expert, but wouldn't we have a better chance of success with more, what do you veterans call them? Specifics?
Specifics.
Shut up, Kanak.
I am a zombie, you're
This good
right.
mood?
Zombie plant.
It's infectious.
I'm with Kanak though, like, where's the party?
Blades on the approach. 2 groups going around you.
My kestrels are almost in position.
You brought backup?
It's not backup if they were part of this from the start.
Thanks, Ayumi. What up, hotshots? Oh, remember not to do that. Okay. I keep forgetting that 4 on this hammer on air launches me. Got him.
Surrender this ship to the Aetherblades, and we'll let
Who are you?
Where's Anka? She too much of a coward to fight us herself?
Hey, no one talks about the captain like that.
Who is this bad guy?
She isn't a captain. She's a
What's your
combat
name?
No better than you.
So you're not gonna surrender? We've got you outnumbered 6 to 1.
Hold that thought.
Hey,
Oh.
look at that.
He's just an elite Aetherblade Taskmaster. What a boring name. Generic white guy number 12? But I like his hair!
Alright.
You turn into a wimp.
I'll need some compensation.
Never mind.
That's your best play. Tell us where.
He was hot until he turned into a wimp.
Right.
By slitting.
Huh? Captain, no! I didn't tell! I didn't!
Oh!
She can just keep throwing these undead goons at us from anywhere in the disposal yard.
They're everywhere! Run! Everybody!
Oh, just kill the zombies, you wimps.
Wherever you are,
Like I was saying,
We stay here, we'll be fighting these corpses until we join them.
Wait, if Anka indeed brought the extractor, I may be able to detect it.
Fine, Rama, you're back at the top of the list.
Got it. Orion's energy signature, right in the center of the disposal yard. Come on!
What if this is a trap? The urge to use the jade thing to just go up in the sky and make it, but it would make it last longer.
But I respect you too much.
See you on the other side of this, Commander.
Where do you find these people?
in jail, usually.
In jail, on airships. I befriended a lot of pirates, honestly.
Protected.
Da 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 da. Guys got those right. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Anka.
Soup.
Soup. Oh, hi. Well, Marine's empowerment is on the ground.
I'm gonna have to ask you to call back that ship, Commander.
Whoa!
No, that's not going to happen.
What if I killed you, brought you back, and forced you to make the call? No, you've already died. Oric, then. You'll appreciate it.
You've already died.
Hook an electrode to a dead roach so their nerves twitch.
Oh, I don't want combat-based achievements to be destroyed.
So much. It takes more than an inescapable apocalypse to ruffle your feathers. Fortunately, science always has a solution.
I don't care.
Don't let those things touch you.
What things? It's not very specific. What does she mean by those things? What's this? I've got a ginormous bubble on me.
What's she shooting at us? Some kind of hallucinogen. You have to fight through it.
Okay. I can do that. Whatever you want.
The worst thing is, you actually think stopping all this would be a victory.
Ending the dragon cycle will save countless lives.
You did end it. Congratulations. Now live with the consequences. The void is literally filling the void.
If we can stop its corruption, we can.
How come you don't get it? Every change you make changes something else. You've never stopped the apocalypse. You just kept trading up. Now it's time.
I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Bad guy does bad guy talk. Anybody else getting flashbacks to other bad guys? Ooh, she's got the thing. She's got the thing. Sorry, the necro power.
Tentacles.
Yes, we know.
Those tentacles have dragon faces.
Unlucky.
Oh my gosh. I don't like the Jesus poison.
I'm gonna get downed.
Me too. Hey. Oh, ow. I wish my allies would be more helpful. Oh, now you want to get me up, guys.
You got me up first because I went down first.
Correct. Damn poison. Losing my stuff. There's a thing. Man. Haven't had a lot of necros yet, so I haven't practiced. What? Do you just play noises at us? Ow. Not good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why you suck, Unc? It's all the poison. If I had known we were gonna have a Condi battle, I would have prepared my trades better. Figured out what we're doing to kill her. I've just been like, how many times can I heal myself?
You kidnapped me. Tried to kill us. You used our relationship to betray me.
I'm sorry that's what you thought. I figured more than anyone would understand what I'm doing.
Anka, for the first time in my life, I understand exactly what you're doing.
Ooh. Being a bad guy. Good job. Don't worry, I've been a bad guy too.
You shouldn't hold this against me. What do you... That's void magic. What's the matter? You think you can stop it, right? Then this shouldn't be a problem for you. Soon the whole world's gonna look like this. Trust me, I don't like it any more than you. Then stop fighting and help us. This is it. Do you understand?
She's really annoying. Is anyone else finding her really annoying?
5 Elder Dragons later, and all that's left is the void. An emptiness with purpose. Just my kind of apocalypse.
Yeah.
Trying to get the drop on us. Just keep moving.
What's this? Ayumi? You seem slightly dead. Quiet, Death. What did I do?
The end. Commander, that passage.
We defeated her quick enough.
Quietly? She did so much talking. This path?
I don't think it's this way.
She said that passage, and there's like a bunch of lights and dramatic lighting.
Yes,
nope,
but
it's just the end. Alright, fine.
It's this where the boss skull is.
I thought this is like void magic and I couldn't go through here for some whatever reason.
Gotta be where she's hiding the extractor.
We're making a lot of assumptions, boy.
You, the inquest, June. Why's everyone want to play God?
I thought you wanted to play God.
Everyone fails. every time. Just embrace the end that you earned and let the world reset.
Oh, cutscene.
You're no fun. Work used to be fun. My Trin, what happened to you people? You can't fix anything by playing it safe. You have to burn it down so something better can grow in its place. Alchemy. All I ever wanted was a little stimulation. Is that so much to ask?
Is she dead or is she gonna come back? Can't tell if she's faking. She dead. Okay.
Sorry, I just thought I'd feel better. When, you know, when justice was... when it was done.
This is... when it's someone you know who hurt you. There's no closure. Not until you decide it's time to move on.
We're dealing with our feelings a lot in this expansion pack.
I don't approve.
Yeah.
Feelings are cringe.
So, the extractor?
Right. Knowing Anka, she had a contingency plan. Looks like she set it to overheat without a proper biometric scan. I can probably deactivate it. Probably.
We could just use her dead body.
It's not stopping. It's not. Get away from it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Everyone all right? Gorik, Jory?
Fine. How do we not see that coming?
Can we... I don't know, can we fix it?
Doesn't look like it. Gorik?
We'd have to learn how it works. It would take too long. There's only one person who can fix this, and she won't.
June, what if we could prove that Anka was the one behind the attack?
That's your
Provide
dead
some
body's right
evidence.
here.
Well, for starters, Anka's dead. Secondly, your evidence just blew up.
The extractor blew up, but we don't need the whole thing. If the extractor's core is still in one piece, it should still have residual Aurene magic stored in there.
And we can show that to Minsec. Plausible deniability.
I clicked on Anka and it's just Anka.
The focus detective finally becomes the master, huh?
No.
Okay.
But as a sleuthing partner, you're not half bad.
Ooh, box.
Thanks for seeing me. I didn't know who else to turn to. I'm still getting the hang of this pirate business. It's been tough.
You're doing just fine, little Anka.
It's horrid.
Relax. Feel the breath of the wind. Taste the salt of the sea. Swashbuckling.
You're a flying pirate troop, not a...
Free.
Aye, we go where we want, do as we please. No gods, no masters.
It's a dangerous life, though. What we do.
I'm still fucking...
Gonna die one day. This old sea dog will go out in a glorious blaze, blade to blade with a worthy foe. Ah, Captain.
At ease, Horik.
I found it.
That's it. Let's... Yes, see?
How
Aurene's
did Horik
magical
die?
signature, right there.
Okay. That's enough evidence for me. Let's get this in front of Minsec.
I'll go with you. Make sure it's clear I stand by the evidence. Once that's done, we'll go see June together.
Is that wise? Going to Minsec? Minister Lee may interpret the evidence differently, to suit his preconceptions.
It doesn't matter how he interprets it. We have laws, we uphold them. Lee will have to accept this.
You say that with seeming conviction.
I've had a lot of practice.
I was just
Commander,
gonna say
I'll
I'm
meet
gonna
you at
put
Minsec HQ.
my, like, on me. We did it. Ooh, we get to pick other rock, paper. We have to slowly collect rock, paper, scissors, babe. So we can play it. Because we don't know how to move our hands, you know, in the way rock, paper, scissors works. It's going to take us an entire expansion pack to learn how to play rock, paper, scissors. You know, because it's a difficult game. It's really hard. So, you know,
very complex.
Yeah, extremely complex. So, we're going to do that. Yeah. Hi, Kev. You're heading into your job and can't watch. Okay, well, thanks for saying hi. Me and my magical girl are just hanging out, doing a story, learning to play rock, paper, scissors. How come you're all the way over there?
No.
How did we get placed differently? Alright, well, I'll head up. I mean, apparently I have the waypoint, but I've never been up there.
Be advised that Echovald Forest falls outside Ministry of Security jurisdiction.
There we go. Have it now. Jade battery. Oh, there's like some camps and stuff. There's an RD.
Rare treasure.
Oh, I'm like, why can't I click it? It's because I'm supposed to deposit it. There we go. And then we see if anything counts as crafted, and it doesn't. Then I found the easiest way to get the research notes is you just buy a bunch of really cheap sigils off the trade post, and you just salvage those because they count as crafted things. As long as they're the kind you can craft, not the kind you just have to drop. But they count as crafted, so you just get those and
protocol.
and then you eat them with your salvage kit, and then you get a bunch of research notes. Nailed it.
What do you do? Sorry.
If you want, like, you know, this thing, it gives you research notes, and you use those to buy, like, the Jade bot upgrades and stuff. Or other things, like different armor sets and stuff. It's like, it's a currency. And you're supposed to salvage crafted items, right? So you're supposed to craft stuff and then salvage it away to make notes, right? But I found out that as long as it's an item that has been crafted, it doesn't have to be crafted by you. So I just bought a bunch of really cheap sigils that are a crafting recipe off the trade post, like 100 of them, and I just salvaged them with that, and then I used them because I needed the pants I bought need to be bought with research notes. So if you want to upgrade your Jade bot, you buy a 2 silver sigil off the trade post. Over and over and over and over again. It went really well. And there's definitely like a better way to do it, but since drops don't count, the easiest way to do it for me was just to do that. Are you ready? The Queen of Daydreams over here. She actually really made that outfit work, huh? I feel like I would have made my hair match after all that.
It's harder to do that.
Oh, there's like 6 million colors in the shop one, right?
Maybe at the East Precinct. Haven't been able to reach Lee yet, but I have an idea.
I thought he asked you personally to bring me in. Is he always this tough to get a hold of?
No, not for me anyway. But our departments are underwater right now. He's probably just busy. He directed all traffic to this.
Nope, that sounds...
The captain. She should be able to help us.
That sounds bad, but okay. There it is. Whenever someone goes missing, I'm like, it can't be reached. I'm like, nope, nope, everything is wrong.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me. It scared me. It came out of nowhere. I want to know where we are in the story. We still haven't made it to the weight of the world. Okay. So where are we going? Ah. Na 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 na. I need to change my skimmer colors. Na 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 na. And the two parts until the ending are the low point of the expansion. Okay, if you say so.
I'll lose an arm.
Hello. Apparently there's like stuff here. I'm poking it all. Apparently it's not anything. Who are we talking to? Are they're upstairs? Upstairs. This is the jail. About to go to the office. Oh.
Captain Min wants no interruptions. Thanks to your buddy Lee, our precinct is swamped.
Let me back there, Mogi. I'm telling you, she'll be fine with it. Think I know her better than you do?
Oh, I forgot. I'm talking to the Minister of Self-Importance. She's not even answering her door right now.
She'll answer for me, okay? She knows my knock. We have a secret knock. It's an inside joke from when we were kids.
Cute. And I'm sure you and Lee have a special handshake. But the answer is no. She's busy, and so am I.
I can conk him out.
We'd be less busy if someone gave us a hand. Say, I don't know, a friend of Min's? Perhaps an admirer? Who cares deeply for her?
Oh, you manipulative foot fungus.
Do you have a crush?
To help her.
Does Rama have a crush?
Deal. But until you're done, the
Oh,
only
do Hearts
door
to
you're
Pilot the
getting through
expansion?
is
Oh, they always make you do
no
this.
secret
It's okay.
knock required.
Min! Hey, Min! You back there?
Stop shouting! She can't hear you. I swear I'll have you removed.
Solve the damn purist case. Perform review with performance review with Lee. Meet Mogi about performance plan. Request office supplies from Central. Call Mimplum about toilets again.
Free? I'm free. Oh, thank you, friend. Thank you. Another minute stuck in that loop and it's hell more. Okay, let's see if I can run a system analysis.
Okay, what are we doing?
Function on us. There was some.
Sorry you had to witness that little kerfuffle. That was actually one of my more pleasant interactions with Mogi.
You two have a history. Whatever it was, I hope
You
that
could
was
say
the last
that.
of it.
We went through training together. He used to give me crap for... it's a waste of breath. Anyway, we're helping with a few
Rama
chores.
has a crush.
Some grubs, undead crows, routine stuff. There's also an infestation of purist activity in the area. Given their political inclinations, you'd think they'd choose to live somewhere more agreeable to their bigotry.
You'd think.
Listen, think you can handle Mogi's menial tasks on your own for a little while? I've got an idea. Might be a good one. Might be crazy. I'll get back to you, Commander.
I think we've been a bad influence on Rama. What do you think?
Maybe.
Because he's like,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know,
do
maybe-
something crazy. And he was like, Mr. I'm the law and you shall not break it when we got here. I mean, I knew you were a tsundere, Rama, but...
I wouldn't go any further if I were you.
Look, I'll be okay, but thank you. Hello? It would appear we must protect or do something. Grub Lane, hello. East Precinct send you to help? Thank whichever god is still watching. None of them. The city barrier is compromised. We need to clear out the Unchained Risen, or we're looking at a bigger outbreak. Normally, the shrines of the ocean protect us from the Unchained Risen, but the eyes were stolen by a couple of louts trying to kick up some dust. Purists, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Bunny! I stopped reading. What do? I killed a rat. That didn't help. I need to stop doing that. Okay, squash unchained grub, catch infected crows, identify parasites, and return stolen eyes of the ocean. So I'm guessing this event will help a little bit, but the things we actually have to do are less kill the stuff and more grubs and crows and nonsense. You killed a detective, you're in trouble. And 2 officers, you're definitely in trouble. Big trouble. Up and at him, security turret. Boathouse is ours, babe.
We have a boathouse.
Hmm?
I said we have a boathouse.
No, we reclaimed it
I
from
found
the
an
naughty.
unclaimed grub.
Unchained, baby. We have to cannonball. Got him. I guess that's how that works. Oh, you're not a bunny. B for bunny. Oh! Paul says hi to you specifically.
Hi, Paul.
Apparently
That
I
sounded much
hit
less
some...
enthusiastic than I intended. Hi, Paul. Oh.
Hi, Paul. Hey, Paul. What's up, Paul?
These stupid crows keep eating the grubs. Now they're nutty too.
Hello.
This is getting out of hand.
I think you might be bad guys. You just hit a peasant. That's just rude. That's rude. Oh, die already. Bored. Okay. I've recovered an eye of the ocean. I gotta put it back. Gotta put it back.
Easy there, pal. You use these guys.
Shiny.
Permit for that?
Hello.
Day.
I am authorized to deposit these.
Apparently we don't have to do the whole heart, but I'm gonna do the whole heart while I'm here because it resets every day.
Explode? You're kidding, right? Did the union sign off on this?
Unfortunately, I am not programmed to joke. That would
Hey, Commander. I've got everything set up. Let's say we do some real police work.
Forget it.
I'd say about time.
Get out of here.
What'd you have in mind?
What's the
The
point
East
of
Precinct's
paying
been trying to
dues?
identify a purist ringleader hidden in Kaineng, to no avail. They only know a code name, White Falcon. Min's been working at it for months. We might be able to help expedite her case. Meet me at the docks. and bring a skiff.
Meet you at the docks and bring a skiff. I'm gonna finish this harp, but that's extremely random, 1. And 2, I've heard of the White Falcon before. By accident, I think. Oh, this isn't it. I thought maybe it'd be it. It's fine. I found like a correspondence. It was really interesting. It's really random. It's like at the top of a tower. Bunny says no. I'd rather find their hideouts, but this is okay. Look at all the ruffians. I'm apparently allowed to beat up the ruffians.
We are currently trying to reach her for a statement.
The news. Look, I'm sorry, but I don't even pay attention to the news in real life. At least the news here is holographic. Much cooler than the regular news. Trying to resist the urge to fish. Da 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 da. I haven't seen any more of the hideouts because I'm just like grubs only apparently.
Only grub.
Only grubs.
No.
Only grubs.
I have not seen a single hideout, so.
I found one. It was like a door with like a dot on the outside. There's a veteran purist necromancer hero challenge. You wanna kill him?
I already did, but I would help if you would like to.
Well, you don't have to. I just thought we'd do it together. You've done it already, but you don't have to help. What song is that?
Theme song for Indiana Jones.
Ah! I've never seen Indiana Jones.
It's good.
Why is that good?
I said it is good.
Oh, I said that's good, and I was like, that is not normally how people respond. I found a purist hideout.
I found one too.
Yay! You did it.
You've been out that way. Grubs all over. Maybe we'll think twice next time.
Come here. Alright, got an eye thingy. Hydrate, I shall. Did I hydrate the first time when you asked me to? Because I remember seeing it and thinking I gotta hydrate, but I can't remember if I actually did.
The risen attacks are getting worse and worse every day.
Oh, 2 drinks, just in case.
Did you hear about Suda?
My brain is not effective. Ooh, I finished! The Eyes of the Ocean put so much into that. It's the best way to do it. Batteries. Come on, little bot.
Eye of the Ocean.
Yeah, and put it in one of the things. Thought I did. There's nothing wrong with hydrating more. Well, last night I drank too much water. Like in the middle of the night. I drank too much water and it made me sick. I think it's because you also consume air at the same time. But I kept feeling thirsty, so it happens to me usually when I'm high, but that was That was just because I kept drinking water like absentmindedly, which is something I taught myself to do a long time ago. Because my doctor was like, you're dehydrated. And I was like, pardon? He was like, yeah, you're dehydrated. You should drink more water. Or if you get worse, you should probably go to the hospital. And I was like, don't like hospitals. So I just started bringing water with me everywhere, which is why we have a water bottle. Because it follows me everywhere. It's another reason I hate airports, by the way. Because they don't let you take liquids through the security anymore. So I have to trash my water and then pick up a new water every time, and it always gives me anxiety to go time without water near me because it's become a security item. That's what anxiety does to you. You find something useful for your like health, and then your brain turns it into like a thing you have to have, or else you're very upset. Are you done?
Yep.
Okay. Rama wants us to meet him over there somewhere and bring a skiff. Over, yeah, it's not very far. I need to change the skimmer, but we don't, not enough time. There's a debate on if Rama or Canuck is hotter. By the way.
Interesting.
See, I was always a Traherne girl. There's only one plant boy for me. But also, I usually just look for the hottest ones in the new expansion pack, not like, oh, we're supposed to meet him and I think then get on the skiff. But that works too. Good boat. Just X to get out. Or you can park it. Whatever works. You can paint them, you know. The bottom of mine is pink. I'll talk to Rama while you do that. Hello? Oh, we have to pick. You're right. You have to pick him up in your boat. He just said bring it.
All right.
Why would we bring it if we were not going to?
You sure you know how to
Like mine is pink.
I've ridden an elder dragon detective.
I see that.
A mutual friend of ours
I
had some feedback on
don't
your
have the
boat
pre-order skiff. I just bought the regular pack.
Just
dude.
try to keep the boat afloat. Anyway, a friend of mine in the Ministry of Intelligence lent me a few eavesdropping toys. Gods, I love my job. There's a couple of bridges along the river that the purists like to loiter around. Take us under them like we're a maintenance crew. I'll install the wires. With any luck, we'll hear some juicy purist intel.
I can't tell if this plan is brilliant or a disaster waiting to happen.
That's what's great about it.
Want to find out? We've got 3 bridges.
We've been such a
just pull us up on
bad influence on this man.
And I'll handle the rest.
The dragon bow skin is cool, but not sure if that came with the base game. It did not.
This looks like a good spot. Anchor her and I'll
I didn't know I had to anchor her. I thought you were gonna do like a drive-by, dude.
This is actually where I grew up. My dad's a little much. Would rather he didn't know I was here.
Won't go visit your dad, honey. It's all right. Just look, no therapy. Can I not go backwards? No backwards motor on a jade crystal. Well, I thought he would just, you know, like he'd reach up and plant it, you know, as we're going through. You want it like right under, like nice and easy.
Well, that should do it. Let's get out of here before we're spotted.
Yeah, see, look.
If we find this white falcon, will that be the end of the purists?
No.
No.
An idea doesn't die with one person. But it'll make a difference.
Minty is better at this stuff than I am, apparently. I like how we're supposed to be like undercover and I'm driving a hot pink boat. One of the brightest, most noticeable colors. It's alright. This city is full of brightly painted things. He's like, we're a maintenance crew, and I'm like, yeah, maintenance crews usually have bright pink boats. Okay, alright, I'll go slower. Slow down the boat. And dusted.
I can't work if we're untethered, Commander. Drop the anchor.
Dude, I was working on it.
Done with this one. The purest problem in Kainan got 10 times worse when White Falcon came onto the scene.
Yeah, and I want to see what he has to say about the thing over here.
I thought the border opening would give him a little perspective. But so far, it's only fanned the flames.
I'd like to think hearts can be won and societies can change. There are things that we face that are bigger than all of us.
Like the Void?
Like the Void.
I wanted to see what you had to say about this area.
Did you check out any of the night markets yet? Definitely worth it. After we save the world from the Void, that is.
I like Rama. Especially now that he's not being such a little grumpy boy. Oh wow, it's all the way down there? Jeez, okay. Actually, kids, Suwon isn't that big. She's kind of small for a dragon, really. But I heard she's made of water, so maybe she can get bigger? Ah.
Hello.
I didn't realize how far away this marker was. And I keep driving to the spots where Rama tells me stuff about the city and his childhood.
Head through the tunnel there. Junkyard on the other side is a known hotspot. I had my first kiss in there. The love tunnel, kids call it. Don't get any ideas, Commander.
I wasn't gonna fucking kiss you, dude. Don't be weird about it. I like you, I don't like you, weirdo. Even though Minty's put my girlfriend on a permanent character leave.
That's the last of them. Let's head back to the docks. I gotta ask. Do you think we can actually stop the Void? It morphs reality.
Do I think we can stop the
faith in our
Void?
allies. All the more reason we need to convince June and Lee to help us.
Well, we haven't let anything stop us yet. He is progressive. Anet's progressive. So yeah, it's not unusual. It's like the quest where you transform into, it's a heart. I mean, part of the story though. You transform into.
No, that's like high tier bi erasure. They're not bi, they're just progressive.
I think he means that like it. Usually in a video game they'd have different dialogue for a male and a female character, but they don't here. They just let him say it for both.
Progressive.
I was gonna say that one quest where we disguise ourselves to go into the camp, you can pick male, female, or neither, and it gives you a gender neutral outfit. I thought that was cool. It was just nice to see. I picked that one. Options are good.
Top-notch spy work, Commander.
Wow, see, he can hop out of my boat.
I heard Mintel might have some open positions in the near
Like
future.
that, but he can't put a jade spy thing.
I set up a receiver we can use. It's stashed away on higher elevation. Better reception and all that. You head up there, and I'll head back to the office and try and get in touch with Min again. Let her know what we're up to.
I'll tell Min we've lost our minds. Have fun. I think there's a... I thought there was...
Been getting a bunch of reports about
Zip line. I'm looking for a zip line.
I swear I saw them go through that gate toward the shrine. I
No, 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 no. Oh, I looked for one. They're faster if you can get on one than trying to, you know, climb. And there usually is a way to use a zip line to get up to where we need to go, because that's what you're supposed to do. Just wait. Get up. Hello.
May, you are looking ravishing today.
What'd I say about using names? Goddamn idiot.
Sorry. Forgot we're supposed to use code names. Hey, who do you think White Falcon is anyway?
Hell if I know. The Empress herself? Gotta be someone high up the food chain. Did you drop off the dossier?
Do I look like some kind of looks and street trash? Of course I dropped it off. With the kooky recruiter over in Grub Lane, like you said.
Good. That drop-off's going straight to White Falcon, so it's your ass on the line if you screwed it up.
Yeah.
Isn't this a chick?
Our target. I know which jackass recruiter they're talking about.
The Hammer of Justice.
A little visit.
No gender.
Pleasure.
Hmm?
I said the Hammer of Justice knows no gender.
Hammer of Justice, no gender. No, I meant the chick who, like, you learn from the Jade bot on this forewarning that the high level minister is evil. We didn't know that just from meeting him. High level politicians are always evil. Don't be ridiculous. See, there's always zip lines somewhere that you're supposed to use. Hi.
Yeah.
Alright, we're beating him up again? Does he have something to do with our quest? Or we just feel like beating him up? Ow. There's a ledge there.
Protected.
Sorry, dude. Saw you standing on it. Thought I could stand on it.
Hand over the dossier.
Okay.
I guess we should have waited to beat him up.
Rama, just finished having a chat with our purist friend.
Did he sing?
With surprising ease.
Nice. Min's ready to see us. And she chewed Mogi out for making us do his busy work. We can pass along the intel you got. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
The reason I said the chick is because the person on the comms that we're spying on sounded like the lady who teaches us to use the Jade bots. Because she had a weird accent and we asked her, you can ask her about it. And she has a weird name that didn't have, but her name was different, so I guess I just used the same voice, but like, she has a name that isn't like everyone else's, so you ask her about it and she says she's some other something and people don't like her and blah blah blah. No. It's a lot of elitism going on here. Anyway. Oh, we're supposed to be in there. Maybe the front door will be better. Navan? I don't think it's Navan.
She knows about you. This is Min. We grew up together in the fancy part of town.
Real fancy. Even the cockroaches wanted out of that dump. Speaking of cockroaches, sorry Mogi gave you the runaround, but he's right about us being swamped. Lee keeps piling stuff
I like
on.
her outfit.
Let me know if there's more I can do.
They added some really cool new shaders to the clothes.
Club. I know. You've got a soft spot for him.
Guess I can relate to him in some ways. His early days, at least. He can actually be easy to talk to, when he wants to.
Well, he's definitely got a soft spot for you. I told him you'd be there soon. Might want to head over.
Who are we going to see? Who has a soft spot for you?
I feel like I'm about to make a breakthrough, but a million distractions keep popping up. Like earlier, I guess some guy was in our lobby shouting. Now I have to look into that. The city's coming unhinged.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura, that's her name. But they called her May on the comms, so I guess not. But I was just like, that's her voice actor. You see what I mean about the clothes shaders though? They're like almost more satiny. Even when they tried to do satin like clothing before, they didn't get that high level of detail. I like how it's like putting a disguise on. Still can't see the disguise. Keep forgetting I have a disguise. We will be heading all the way back through the place that I'm gonna take a trip and get that waypoint, I think. But first I'm gonna pick up some of these.
I'm fast as the wind.
Why can't I do that right now? Do I have to wait? Yep. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. 20 minutes. Cool. Let's rock. So I want the waypoint that Minty just went to. I don't have it for whatever reason.
Oh no.
Oh no?
I said, oh no, you don't have the...
Yeah, I don't know why I've never picked it up, so I'm just gonna head that way, I guess. Looks like it's... It's on the other side of this wall somewhere. Na 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 na. Da, 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 da. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just like making it up. Okay, it'll be fine. It's fine. We're making it, unless it's really upstairs, in which case, that is a bunny. Hello. What are you? Only really cool. Oh, nope, right here. Ugh, Ministry Ward. Cool.
Want me to, like, just open the instance?
Nah.
We'll pull you in.
It's good for me to get parts of the city, babe.
Oh, sure.
Nah. Besides, I'm almost over there, I think. Are you upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you ever think we'd live to see Cantha reopen to the world?
Only in my dreams. I've always thought you were
Ooh. I just managed to find, like, little alleyways. Huh. I don't know where I'm going. Hey. I figured something out. Even if I did just climb an entire wall.
That's one way to do it.
Ah, we're back with Captain Tsundere.
Place is always empty this time of night. Gives me the creeps. But less commotion's probably a good thing. Lee usually works late, so he should be in his office. Let's take care of this. You brought the evidence, right?
Of course. Have a little faith in me.
Just making sure we've covered our bases. Lee can be tough to get through to sometimes.
I'm gonna have to mash a bunch of buttons until he listens.
Let me start things off, then you can back me up.
When should I chime in?
You'll know. Just be patient and pay attention. Nervous?
Lee doesn't intimidate me.
Good. That makes one of us.
Press button at the right time. I will know when, apparently.
I knew you were the man for the job, Rama. I'd say you've got a promotion on the horizon. But first things first. Bring the suspect downstairs for questioning. We have a long night ahead of us.
Sir, before we do that, you should know there have been some developments in the case.
Go on.
I hate to admit it, but I think we've been pursuing the wrong perp. I believe this suspect to be innocent.
Sounds like someone's been charmed by Ambassador Meade's dubious narrative. Don't tell me you're falling for their lies.
No, sir. But I think our previous assumptions may not be as cut and dried as we thought.
What isn't cut and dried? This outsider's been part of every breach of national security since we opened our borders. That includes the reactor incident. Must I remind you their dragon's glowing fingerprints are all over the crime scene?
I'm aware. But a new piece of evidence was recovered that aligns with the commander's story.
This was used at the reactor, Minister.
Nice.
Got it.
What exactly am I looking at?
A piece of the device used in the reactor incident. Aether Blade Tech. Anka, the Blade's first mate, used it to drain the dragon's magic during the airship crash. She then staged a mutiny. Later, she used that stored magic to cause the reactor incident. The signature matches the crystals at the scene.
To say this story sounds far-fetched would be putting it mildly.
Minister, you taught me to believe in this organization, in the values it stands for. If I have even a shred of proof that points towards someone's innocence, it's my duty to take it seriously. Right now, the biggest threat isn't the commander. It's the dragon rampaging in the Jade Sea. We need to get her under control, and June's our best bet for that. The commander's willing to help with June once you give us the okay. Ha-Um, I need you to trust me.
Did you just use, like, his first name?
Very well. Let's get going. Oh, and Rama, if you ever use my given name again, you'll be on desk duty until you retire. I have transport available on the roof. Should get us to June fairly quickly.
What's your first name, Rama?
He is Rama.
Rama chameleon. Come and go. Come and go. I used to play it on DDR. This is one of the fastest songs, so...
Incredible. There's nothing in Tyria I can even compare this place to.
I still remember the first time you brought me up here, sir. I was... in awe.
I felt the same when I started here. It's only gotten more impressive. Humbling reminder of how far we've come.
Well, if we don't fix the problem soon, you're about to have a we're not going anywhere problem.
My specialized task force. Trained them myself. They'll be assisting tonight. June's left her mark on this nation. She is a talented woman. Wish she'd focus that talent on what's in front of her.
Some people are always looking for what else is out there. Guess we prefer working with what's already here. Everyone thinks their view of the world's the right one.
Is everyone ready?
Yes. Absolutely.
What are we doing? He's not gonna go evil and beat us up, is he?
We are about to smack some fools.
What are we doing?
Rama?
Subdue the criminal.
Sir, what are you doing?
I'm sorry you got caught up in this mess, son. But it's
Let's
best
come
you
here
leave
with the
matters to
obviously
us.
evil minister.
We'll
Definitely
see
not
if
a
they're
trap.
handled appropriately. Guards, see to it the outsider remains alive. But if force is required, you may use it.
I'm not going anywhere till we get this straightened out. This is the best part of the job.
Is beating people up? Oh, you're going
I assume
everywhere.
so.
Fury rising.
But yeah, I've got ground attacks. We're gonna have to chill.
Protected. It's my pleasure to detain you tonight.
Huh? We're just gonna, yeah, just let you do that. Okay, cool. Good talk.
No need to be ostentatious now. It's unbecoming.
You're unbecoming. What?
Got your jail cell ready. Flew off the pillow myself.
Yeah, apparently there's just a voice actor for this voice.
You'll be doing that one for days.
Okay, they're just gonna do this.
Commander, get over here. Behind my shield.
Why am I getting behind your shield? Oh, they're snipers.
Mama, up here. It's Min. With a drone. Hi. After to left, I finally solved the first case.
Not enough energy. Fury rising.
I didn't want you to feel
Now.
Yeah, we'll have to detain him. Let me try and find you a way up there.
Oh, so he's White Eagle, White
Keeps
Falcon.
getting better, huh?
Minister, this will be easier if you cooperate.
This useless outsider is not worth your career or your freedom.
Well, he did have a lot of outsider talk. I guess we should have seen that coming.
But even the smallest
And I called him a racist when we first met him.
Let this one fester. Sir, permission to assist you. Permission denied. Rama, stop this nonsense. You're interfering with the law.
You're ignoring the law.
Well, this definitely went different than you'd hoped, huh, Rama?
Guards, change of plan. Place them both under arrest. Time in solitary should get Rama's head straight.
That was rude. The thrill of combat is exhilarating, apparently.
Aiding criminals, Rama? How mighty have fun.
Synchronized you two. Strength in pairs.
You know what this reminds me of? The Mitron fight. But on CM difficulty, when she has like all of her little friends. Not that they're as difficult as that, but you know. They're all chasing you around and you're like, excuse me, I have better things to do than this.
Yes.
Alright, ritualist man. File a report.
Eroding its culture, its people.
I think I know about eroded culture.
Oh, don't be dramatic. History is the ebb and flow of power. Humanity striving for its best iteration.
Sir, I insist.
Find yourself, soldier. I said I'll handle this.
Who is where asking to help?
Protected.
Finish them off, Commander. I'll take care of Lee.
Take care of them.
Ha!
I need a fight.
Like when you get thrown, you just like little hearts come off of you, like and hop like you. Oh, I was sniped. Ooh, quick. I have no idea. Okay.
Had enough of you goons.
Where'd you go?
Protected.
Bad sniper, bad sniper. Bad sniper, bad sniper.
Sharper still.
Sniper, no sniping. Oh, jumped it. Sniper, no sniping. By 1 second. Did you take stream delay into account? He doesn't have. He can't be pushed back. Bad. You're gonna get wrecked. Look how much more health Rama has than you. Minister.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not allowed to acknowledge him. It's just flatten her.
Did you get 2 achieves or what?
I don't know.
Lee Hong.
I think
I'm placing you under arrest
I
for
got
attempted
just one,
murder
yeah.
and criminal conspiracy.
In the allotted
If
time.
an asshole were a crime, I'd charge you with that too.
Sorry, we can't charge you with being an asshole. Our bad. Oh man, Rama with his sword just walking this man out. Wrecked.
Just chop his head off. Like, it's much faster.
Wrecked. Good night, Paul. Thanks for hanging out. Oh. 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 Destroyed, Minister. Take that for being racist.
This is going to be a whole lot of paperwork. Well,
Sorry.
Commander, looks like my night's booked. You'll have to get to June on your own.
Will do. Good luck with Lee.
Oh, and on behalf of the non-corrupt side of the Canthan justice system, thanks.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm an idiot. It was right there in front of me. It's not detective.
This isn't on you. What's tough about these situations is they don't parade around in purist masks. You get so used to someone, you miss their tells. Before you know it, you're used to those too.
See, I told you they were racist.
For Soku incarnate.
You've done so much.
Anyway.
And that's not gonna stop. Lee didn't make you a great detective or a great man.
Alright, you two. Now, kiss. Or give me optional
Sorry
dialogue.
about all of this.
At least now we can hold him accountable. Lee sure puts the criminal in criminal justice.
But he's right about you making a great minister. You represent Kantha more than he ever could.
Thanks. Doubt it's in the cards. Though he did set the bar nice and low for whoever's next.
He did, didn't he? Alright. See you later, Cinderella. I hope you become minister. And stop doubting yourself just because you're not. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Hey, I feel like we got put somewhere different again. We're going all the way back to Set Swing to June's man. Oh, it's June's mansion. Okay. Echo Ward. I was like, big mansion has cute dogs, but I didn't ever realize it was June's mansion. Oh?
Why am I here? Keith? Maureen?
Anybody?
Just barely holding it together.
Commander, why haven't you done what needs to be done?
Suwon? Is that you?
You must find a way to end this before.
We need you to hold on just a little longer. We're working on a solution.
There is no solution.
Uh-oh, evil.
We will not be undone.
Commander, look out!
Oh, hey, Kay.
We heard your call, Commander.
Suwon, please. You must fight it. There is nothing left to fight.
Oh, right. Stop using that.
To the deepest corners of her mind. Then it's over.
No. I'll buy you some time, champion. But
thanks, Irene. Love you.
Use it.
Is it true? Do we have to kill her?
Yes, but not with all of this inside her. It would unleash the void onto the world. And the world would not survive it.
Okay. What do we do?
Go, champion. You must reach June. She's the only hope we have.
Ah!
I'll stay with her. We'll
Okay,
hold
thanks.
as long as we can.
Thanks, Kay.
Sure.
No more questions. Go.
Good co-parenting.
The
Let me out.
cycle is ending.
Do it. Do a second machina rat. Time me. Yeah. June, time me. Oh my gosh. You're in question mark, by the
Can't
way.
lose any more time. No more delays. No more entertaining doubters and petty disagreements. I need to get to June.
Well, you're talking to yourself, but cool. Let's go to the mansion.
Did you attend June's last gala? All the big names were there, except June.
Guys, we need to remake that magic sucking power thing. You ready, Mints?
I guess.
You guess?
Yes.
Okay. Guesses. It's really good in this area in the daytime.
You made it! Commander, what happened? Suwon. She's lost. Lost? Overwhelmed by void. Completely. The way the world will be. Soon.
It won't. We will stop this.
We have to.
Come on, Timey's waiting. She's arranged a meeting with June, which is surprising, honestly, since as far as I know, June still blames you for what happened.
Did I bring the thing with me?
Timey, we're here.
Oh, good. I'll let you in.
Is June gonna try to fight me too? Unnecessary puzzle mansion. Okay. I like a good puzzle mansion.
Welcome! Welcome to the Estate o' June. Things are real bad, aren't they?
Yes. We need to start work on the extractor right away. Where's June?
Oh, inside. Right this way.
Why am I not seeing a door?
It's got a bit of a trick to it. June likes to show off for her guests. Everything here runs on Jade tech. Power down that battery, Commander.
Hello, hi.
That was certainly flashy. This is where you've been working?
Yeah, even though the labs over at Junlai are better equipped. June says she does all her best work here. I'm not gonna question her methods. She's found so many applications for dragon magic.
Casimir, gonna need you to follow.
She hates you, Commander.
Speaking of that, how did you get her to agree to meet?
Oh, agree?
Timey.
Commander, how did you get in here? How did you get past my security?
Oh, she's doing like an evil.
Timey.
Oh, hi June. I was just coming to see you, and as you can see, I brought,
Gods, I was foolish to let you into my confidence. And Ambassador Mead, I vouched for you.
Lady June, I didn't know that I wasn't invited. If I had,
Don't.
I never would have...
I won't let you make a fool of me again.
Just
Can we
listen.
talk?
The world is coming undone. Suwon's void will tear it apart.
Then I will figure out how to contain her. Alone. Now either remove yourself or prepare to be removed. That includes you, Timey.
Damn it, June. Would you listen to any voice but your own for 5 seconds? You need us.
Ooh. We were just very rude.
Fury rising.
No. We want to replace the dragon with Aureen.
I thought you were going to brief June on the plan.
No.
I tried, but she's got her own ideas. And whenever I tried to talk
That's
about
what Su-won told us.
So what now then?
If we can
I know.
listen, I'm sure she'll come around.
I told you we're gonna have to sacrifice our baby dragon.
I could open a portal.
No.
I'd rather let the world
Not
die.
unless you want to portal your way straight into a cell block. This place is flush with
I'd rather
anti-magic
let the world
security.
die.
But
Okay,
it's
well, we're gonna not go with
easy to
you.
manipulate. June made
I
the
mean,
stairs
it's the wrong
disappear
answer,
just
but
by
okay.
The void is
providing power
cooler.
from the batteries.
The void is.
When we talked to Su-won, she said Aureen is capable of doing all of the magic filtering.
And this place is connected to the Jadebot network, so you can launch them anywhere in here. I just need to authorize your.
Yeah, but if they have, if they're farming Aureen for their stupid crystals, then I am not happy.
Huh. I've never actually been on a tour of the whole house.
But it's not
Every
about
day, June
the
would say
stupid
she was
crystals,
gonna
it's
take me,
about
and then we'd
filtering
get caught up in
out
our
the
work.
bad
The
magics.
whole day would just,
Now.
slip away.
I'm glad you've been having such a good time.
I'm sorry, Commander. I know I failed.
And
but I've
Aureen
learned a
can't
lot.
handle all the
And
world
June,
magic at
well,
once.
she's
That's
brilliant.
bad. So
And despite
using the
being
extra
mad
stuff to
at
power things
narcissism,
isn't a bad
She
thing.
wants to do good. She can help us, and we can help her, and I know we can make her see that.
Mild narcissism. So I need to get 3 power cells. Make the workshop without being hit by laser or shockwave turrets. Well, I'm gonna need to close this last because we're gonna need 3 batteries. Alright. We're gonna have to check some other rooms first. There's not enough battery power. Sorry, Tammy.
I can't say I feel great about ransacking June's home.
We're not
I don't
ransacking
either,
it.
but she hasn't left us much of a choice. True. But if we were hoping to make her trust us more, this might not be the best course of action. And if it doesn't
Munchies.
work out, we
Eat
are
the
all certainly
food.
being deported. If the fabric
No,
technology is around
you're
long
taking
enough
the
for us
food
to be
away.
deported, I'll accept it happily.
It was an achievement.
Oh, sorry.
Commander, look out! We tripped the security again.
I thought I was supposed to be looking for batteries, not eating. Blackles are.
How many necks does she have in this house?
I'm sorry about the eating the food achievement. I didn't know.
Lady
I mean, don't you want it?
Here.
Yes, but what are you gonna do?
Decorated.
Hold the invisible lever?
Everyone who enters this house knows it. I spent a little more time in court with her than you did, Commander. And I think I get it. The nobility won't let her forget where she came from. So she won't let them forget where she's gone.
That's nice. I can't happen to take your power, can I? No. I need power to open that door too. How come there's all these empty power batteries but nothing to take power from? Pressure pad? Oh.
Is this not a battery?
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, it's an empty one.
Bad happened.
Oh.
Apparently that's the one thing in this house not designed to kill us.
What'd I do?
Is this a battery up here?
Oh, well, teamwork will do it. But I think you're supposed to deploy your bot.
Oh.
Is this some kind of showroom? I wonder if they're working models. Oh, guess that answers that question.
Ah! Damn it, you don't have to give me the answers. I'll figure it out in a second. We lost that achievement too. We weren't supposed to get hit. Well, we can't get in that door unless we... Unless there's something I'm not seeing. But it did give me a battery charge, which is good. Which means I have 2 now, if we leave. See? Dos. We need 3, so we need to keep going. How about this room? Oh, we're just back in the main room. I see. Well, that makes 2 still. Because I can't just take this one out or the door will close. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, there's a 2-door up here. That my bot can reach. A 2 battery door up here. Oh, it's the bedroom. Hello. Bot can pull levers. No more bedrooms. Can bot press pressure button? Come on, bot. No. Nothing changed down there, did it? Like a staircase or... Clearly we have to press that pressure plate in order to open that. This is cute. So how are we gonna get up here? I want my batteries back. I know action cam might be easier, but no action cam. Oh, we're not allowed out here. Wait, we don't have any batteries anymore? Wait, what did I do? Ugh, someone send help for my brain. Okay. Oh, okay, I just have to take them out again. Okay, weird. Oh, no. Take out the other one. Take out the other one. Okay, still have 2. Don't know how to get a person up there. You have any ideas?
I do not. Why is there a shield around this?
A shield? How do I make this go away?
So we can't use it. So there are places we can go that the Jade bot can't go. Door on the other side.
You mean like over there? Doesn't it have a shield on it as well?
Up there? Yeah, it does. We could ask Timey. Wait, what do you need to mean a Jade thing? How come those things up there keep opening? Whether I ask them to or not. They keep stealing my battery.
Yeah, sorry.
What?
Put a battery here.
Oh, there's like stairs that... Anyway. Now what? We're not allowed back in there.
Oh, we're not? Oh.
No. So I think this bubble here, right? It opens this as like a staircase. So that we can get up there and go in and press the button. Which needs to be pressed. I want to go in to the other room and talk to Timey, I think. Or at least look around. I didn't look around very much. Oh, Jade bot not allowed.
And there are 3 battery things in here.
Yeah, so that's why I said we need 3 batteries.
Don't see any way to open this door. Could be the switch is on the other side.
Yeah, but we need
How
3.
many charges do you have?
We have 2 battery things just kind of lying around. Bought through window? Oh, that's smart. Oh, but my bot doesn't have a charge because it got like stuck upstairs, I think. Oh, yeah, okay. Hang on. I just need to stick it downstairs so that my character can pick it up herself.
Nothing happened.
Not enough power. Looks like there are 3 cells. We only filled 1.
See? Otherwise, the Jade bot says that it can't use the power. Apparently, this closes the door even if there's a thing available outside.
Well, then grab the other one from outside and...
No, we can't walk in. Either one, take one out and it doesn't work.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. I only need one in here. Yeah.
You're getting handy with that Jade bot. Maybe a new career if you get, you know, tired of the adventuring life.
No thanks. I'm gonna pick up the batteries on the way out, just in case.
More security mechs. Take them out.
1 second, I'm busy.
Ooh, this door's on a closed circuit. Can't reroute it. But its power core is sitting right up there. You're just gonna have to climb up and do some good old-fashioned smashing.
Can the Jade bot
Pull levers? Yes. Hang on. Let me just leave myself on it. Or I mean
or
you.
Alternatively, I could.
You can just, yeah. I mean, I've been doing the puzzle alone.
Good, Commander.
Yeah, because I can't do anything. I
Yeah,
can...
please. I'm sorry.
I don't see what they're doing down there. Or that I wouldn't have a backup security system.
Damon was right with unnecessarily lengthy puzzles to pad out the game story. It's, you know, it's a little bit much.
Pretty unfriendly looking lasers.
Nonsense, Kaz. All lasers are incredibly friendly. You just need to point them in the right direction, and they're happy to oblige. Like, say, add some shields.
Ooh, good plan. Oh, okay. One moment. One over there. Aw, it's one for your robot. Your robot. There we go.
Well, the good news is, we're getting close.
You're sure?
If we weren't, the house wouldn't be trying so hard to kill us.
Let's get this done before it succeeds.
No, no missions tonight.
Detective?
They're asking for you in court. News of the minister's arrest is getting around. They need you to answer some questions about the commander's involvement.
I'm needed here.
Go, Kaz. We can handle June.
I guess I'm on my way then. My only diplomatic advice is just to listen and try to understand.
Okay. So, like, be a good person. Gotcha.
Wait, does June have a child?
Yeah, a daughter, son. That's a pretty normal thing for a person to have. You know, if you don't spend your time traveling around the world fighting dragons. Just saying.
She doesn't seem like the motherly type.
Well, I wouldn't say she's motherly, but that doesn't mean she isn't a mom.
Unauthorized.
Her husband, Ki-Moon, that's way more his thing. Nice guy.
So this is the reason I wanted it in here. Because I wanted to open the door. But you can't be out and in at the same time. So... I need a battery core. In regards to the missions thing, Dib said that he would lead some EOD stuff if people were on and wanted to do them. Ah. Well, would you look at that? Am I allowed to come out now? No. Alright, what's over there? I'm not allowed to come out.
Just open the door over here. Like, open this.
I only have one battery charge.
Yeah.
I thought somebody put, you mean like take them all down, open the door, come out this way, then put them
Go
back up.
downstairs and grab the one that opens the stairs.
I could, maybe, with the bot, but sometimes there's places that the bot doesn't let you. It's hard to explain. The stuff gets like blocked off and you and the bot have to be in the same area, but it doesn't matter because I can do this. Yeah, I thought someone put a post about doing stuff. I mean, Noah said he would do a post. That doesn't mean anything actually gets done. Cause we always say we're gonna do stuff and forget it or something. Ooh, ready?
Activating security grid.
No! Oh, I was so close.
Pull
Let me
the
know if
lever.
there's food to eat or something. What did that do?
Get over there.
Okay. But you're gonna have to pull it again. I think your Jade bot's supposed to do this, but go Minty! Go Minty bot!
I'm helping.
Oh, in and out. Already said, okay, good. Oh, this one goes up and down. What were you doing?
Nothing.
You did something and it moved it.
I don't know, but I see a battery.
That should be enough.
Oh my gosh! Hey! Hi guys! Let me out.
I'm pulling
Hey,
the lever.
Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, man. Kenzie. Hey, Kenzie.
I suppose we can just jump off the balcony.
But I need all my charges back.
Oh.
You love my alert sound? Thank you. My little Legend of Zelda here, a little Minecraft there. We are currently in the middle.
Really?
In the middle of a really annoying, overly complicated puzzle. Using a little Jade tech that's hard to explain. So, hi, welcome Raiders, I'm Sarah. I don't normally play Guild Wars 2 on stream, but we've been having a Guild Wars 2 End of Dragon week because the new expansion pack is out. So we're in the middle of the story mission right now, and they're making us do long-ass puzzles. This is very annoying, so that we can get into rooms. So here we are. So we can do some diplomacy. So we can save the world. Because of course.
It's not even over yet.
Wizards 101? I played that as a child. like so much.
Well, for you anyway. The stairs just went back out. But don't worry, I'll get this fixed and join you in a few minutes.
Thank you for the follow, Jeff. Oh, look at the fishies! They raised the level cap. I haven't played Wizards 101 since I was maybe like 14. But they definitely changed a whole bunch. Me and my brother used to play. We were family discount subscribers, so we could access all the areas.
The reports are that the powerful Tyrian known as the Commander may have been involved.
So, Commander, you're going around arresting state officials now?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Why?
He attacked us. He's a purist.
I know. He couldn't have made it more obvious if he'd walked around carrying a bust of Reiko herself. What happened?
Puzzles were being shot at!
Proof we were innocent. He preferred.
Bye, Kenzie. Have a good night.
And I suppose you brought that proof here.
Yes, a piece of Anka's extractor.
We're doing diplomacy, guys. Gotta do diplomacy.
Commander, it seems I owe you an apology. You really had nothing to do with it.
Thank you, but we don't need to waste time on apologies. We need to discuss potential solutions.
Potential solutions? I have a solution. Taimi and I have been working on the means to recapture Suwon and restore the reactor.
Jun, I'm afraid recapture isn't an option.
And I'm afraid not recapturing isn't an option, Commander.
She's not being very,
all but completely corrupted by the void.
I've been working on a way to increase the efficacy of my filtration system. It's nearly there.
It's too late. You can't.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
Oh boy. Oh, I don't think she likes this.
Power left for weeks, months.
Jory told us to understand. We're not doing the understanding thing.
Do you know what that means?
I will not allow you to put her back in that reactor.
Oh, God, that was not empathetic.
Then I guess we're at an impasse. I don't want to do this.
Ah!
We need that reactor.
Oh, that's a lot of laser.
Oh boy!
Everyone will die when Suwon succumbs to the void.
I was typing.
June, I'm sorry. June,
Okay,
stop
I need to
shooting
do
at us.
something about this stupid golem. I want the stats, but I don't want the golem. The knockback is problematic.
It's a sigil, right?
Yes.
2 minutes.
Get out of here, Taimi. I have no desire to hurt you.
She was trying to kill us, Taimi.
No, the commander loving threat, so I answered.
Stop trying to murder me, please. Thank you.
Commander, hold off the mix. I'll try to override the system and find us a way to shut it down.
Taimi.
Okay. Battery needs charger. Okay. What battery? Oh, do you mean Suwon? I told you we can use Aurene. It says destroy mechs to overload the system, but I'm gonna be real, there's no mechs. Hello? 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 Anybody out there? Is this supposed to happen, Damon? But there's no dialogue happening anymore. I'm just in a Jade bot.
It's broken.
I am not doing this part again. Taimi, just fix it. It'll be fine.
Stop being a Jade bot.
I wasn't, like, I was just trying to see if I'm supposed to be a Jade bot.
Way broken.
We broke it.
The puzzle all over again.
No, I don't want to do the puzzle again.
Puzzle.
Taimi, let me out.
You go get everyone ready, we'll figure it out.
Everyone? Do you think we're done? Damon, I'm gonna guess this is not supposed to happen. You know, it might have saved. Checkpoint? Seems bugged. Yeah. You know there's checkpoints now? Well, at least we know how to do the puzzle. Let's pop out and pop back in. Minty?
I'm bored.
Why? Okay, I'll be right back. Log out, log back in. Alright, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll do it again all over again. Not the worst puzzle so far. No, no, please.
I got kicked.
Yeah, because it's my story instance. Are you good to enter again? Like,
yes.
You're good? Okay, not a loading screen. Try again! Alright, we'll do this again. Okay, we're in this part. See, I told you there are checkpoints.
Minister Lee of the Ministry of Security has been arrested. Details are still emerging. The reports are that the powerful Tyrian known as the Commander may have been involved.
So, Commander, you're going around arresting state officials now?
He hit me!
Lee attacked us. He's a purist.
I know. He couldn't have made it more obvious if
Yeah, I know. He's racist man. We know. We know.
What happened?
Skip dialogue.
We brought him proof we were innocent.
Can't skip the dialogue.
We keep looking guilty.
And I suppose you brought that proof here.
Yes. A piece of Anka's extractor.
Oh, for people who don't know anything about the story, the brief thing is that she runs all of the technology that powers the whole city on dragon magic. But the dragon has been overwhelmed with some dark, shitty dragon magic known as void magic. You're not allowed to be delivered. She wants to get her, and her dragon got forcefully escaped from the containment system by a crazy terrorist pirate named Anka.
You really had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, but we don't
So basically,
need to waste time on apologies. We need to discuss potential solutions.
Potential solutions. I have a solution. Timey and I have been working on the means to recapture.
So basically, she needs her dragon back to power the city, but we're trying to tell her that it's not an option because the dragon is completely covered. It's completely in darkness.
Completely corrupted by the void.
She's been corrupted, so she can't use her magic.
My filtration system.
It's
nearly there.
But June, this is her whole life. She powers her entire city, so she's like, I need my dragon back. And we're like, you can't have the dragon back. And she's like, I need my dragon back. And now she's gonna start shooting us. So, my cat doesn't like to be on stream. There is a redeem for me to go get the cat. He doesn't like being picked up, so he's very fussy when I go get the cat. But I mostly just post things in the Discord for people. Because he likes to cuddle, but not on my terms. See, so yeah, June's very upset. And apparently that upset means we're going to hurt me. That's not very nice of her, is it? I know, I'm sorry, Timey. I'm all gone for 2 seconds and then I get into another fight. Hang on, I'm not gonna murder them yet because apparently rather watches instead of being watched. Yes, indeed. It's like he knows when I have my camera out too, so his turn.
Gonna need you to flip a few switches for me, though.
Okay, we moved into the next section.
Commander, I exposed one
Oh,
of
what?
You know what to do.
You got shot apparently. No shooty. Only block. It punches too. Let's go. Okay, destroy the core. Stop shooting me down! Alright. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi, Wolfie.
I've equipped this room with backups upon backups. You won't get through them all.
Oh my gosh, June, please stop.
Hurts, doesn't it?
One, the commander needs to be more empathetic. She was so much more empathetic at the beginning of the story, and now she's like 5 murdered dragons in, and she doesn't give a fuck about anyone's feelings anymore.
Well, why should we? We're the commander.
We're the commanders. We're the best. We saved the world. It's like that Harry Potter line, but I am the chosen one.
Protected. Yeah, I did. But the variables have changed. And the corruption is so much worse than...
See, Timey's doing a good job. Go, Timey. Oh, we need the laser to shoot that. Yeah. But there's a thing in the way. Hang on, let's go press this button.
I don't have enough energy.
Yeah, good job, babe. There's stuff shooting me, so I'm having a bit of a rough time with this. If you could, it seems to like you, so if you could just... Thanks! Oh wait, I needed it to be down! Oh god. How many... Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'll just get shot. No, it worked. It worked right through the thing. Oh god, June. June, stop going on your evil arc, please. I need you to chill. I don't want to see the human gods ever again. Just saying. I'm still pissed, and I'm not even a human. Oh, we gotta get up this thing. Could you press the button in the corner? Thanks. You can put it up again if you want. It would be nice, actually, so that, I don't die.
I will do what the gods could not. I will free us from the tyranny of the dragon cycle. I saved this empire, and you're going to destroy it with your evil imaginations.
Dude. You trying to be God? That's never good. There's a lever over here. Oh, fun. Okay, well, that's a lot of damaging stuff. I'm gonna move over here now. Human gods are useless. They brought a bunch of humans to a planet doomed to murder them all. And then when everybody needed the most, they decided to pull an avatar and just not be here anymore. Okay, that thing can't be destroyed for some reason. As pairs. Yeah, always bring your own Minty. Use the J-bot to do what? Oh, probably to climb over the wall. Or something. Oh, you've got this. See? Yeah, look at this. Minty's got this.
This last shield's connected to multiple cores. We'll need to take them all out.
Oh god. I don't know if I'm okay with this, Timey. Okay, we gotta get a laser to shoot the corner thing. Okay, laser. Laser. How lasers stay up? Yeah, but how do we get... Okay, it needs to be up. But it also needs to shoot the core over there. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to shoot the core in the corner?
Okay, so I will stand on the...
I mean, it's following you right now. But, okay.
Oh, it is? The laser?
Stand on the thing.
Oh, it is.
Hello? Yeah, let's see who it's shooting.
This secured core over here.
Oh, okay. It's on me now. It needs to be up, though. Hi, I'm right here. If you could just shoot me, that'd be great. Why is this courier just doesn't take or do damage? Okay. Oh, we were both standing on one. What are we doing? See, it's not taking any damage, right?
Yeah, they're bugged.
There's one up here. Could you let it down for a second? Oh, that one's. Okay.
Is it actually aggroed on me? Because I can stand over here and...
Might be. It keeps swapping. I know, but we keep both standing on them. You know what? Hi, security core. I think the bot's on me right now. The laser. Whoop-a-doop boop 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 boop.
Alright, then go over there and I will...
Nope, it's up. Don't touch anything. Oh, now it's down. Oh, it shot it. That's okay. I managed to get it in time, apparently.
Last year's security, June. You're gonna have to talk to us.
No.
Talk. Talk. Talk.
I had it all under control. I saved Suwon from herself. I was trying to save all of you.
June, what you did to Suwon only delayed the inevitable.
It gave civilization a chance. Someone has to lead. Someone always has to lead. I don't apologize for being exceptional. I don't apologize for being brilliant.
You are brilliant. And I know it feels like the world's always underestimated you, but I don't. We share the same goal. You can find a new future. One without Suwon. I'll help you. But none of us have a future if we go at it alone.
See, we'll fix it.
Okay. Let's talk.
Good job, Timey. See? Timey's got the diplomacy thing down. Why can't anybody else figure it out?
Yes, I think we can easily reconstruct it from what the commander brought us. We'll use that to drain enough void magic that it'll be safe for the commander to deal with Suwon. There won't be much, oh heck, any time for testing it.
We'll make more than one, then, to account for any potential points of failure. Have you thought about containment options?
That's Oreen.
And if she should fall, we need backup options, Timey. Backups upon backups, always.
I don't usually go in with much of a backup plan,
Unless,
honestly.
Of course, our opponents are irritatingly persistent.
Commander, we'll get this done. It's gonna be a bit rough and ready, but it'll happen.
Good. Then I'll meet you two in the Jade Sea.
You can be sure of it, Commander.
Thanks, June! Oh, this was the way to the world. This is the one that Paul can't get through. Or couldn't. He's asleep now.
I bet it's difficult solo.
Oh, yeah. This would be a lot easier if we helped him out. So if he's still stuck on it, we know which one it is. But he might have gotten through it by now because it's been a few days.
Commander, ready for some good news? You're in the clear. You can finally deactivate that silly mask.
Oh, good.
And then give it to me. We don't need to let Mintil know, right?
Nope.
Detective Rama testified on your behalf, and then June herself called in to drop all charges. There were a few holdouts in the court, but with Minister Lee being arrested for purist activities, it suddenly became very unfashionable to look suspicious of outsiders. Representatives
They're
of
doing a lot of
every major
talking.
faction are headed to the Jade Sea to help fight the Void.
So what's our play?
Our play?
Yes. Commander goes where the action is. I'm sticking with you.
Rama's in
Up
it
to
with
us to get
us.
the
1
extractors in
second.
place.
I can't. My
Meet me
brain
in
can't
Augustone.
listen and talk.
We need a plan of attack.
Okay, so I have heard about the map meta. People are posting LFGs asking for like raid level gear and proof of kills in order to get through it. I know Taja has been in a few groups, that have completed it successfully. I think it's required to get your battle turtle, but I'm not sure. There are groups that go through it, but yeah, it's hard. I'm glad they made something difficult, and I think that it would get easier as people learn to do better at it over time, like how every other map meta has gotten easier as you figure it out. But I figure ANET's gonna just nerf it and boring. But yeah. So I guess we have to figure out what we're doing. The commander usually doesn't have much of a strategy except go hit it, so... Yeah, I mean, that was the original problem with Dragon Stand, right? Like, people didn't want to risk failing such a long, intense map. But now you can do Dragon Stand in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. with no planning whatsoever. So I mean, I think it'll be fine, but... So where are we actually headed to? Okay. We're headed back to Arborstone, so I'm going to teleport.
We don't have like better gears.
Oh, I got a teeny tiny June!
Only ascended. No power creep whatsoever.
Right. Anyway. So I'm gonna head back to Arborstone, hun, because that's where the next part of the story takes place. I've also completed my set of rock, paper, scissors.
Rare treasure.
Boring. Oh.
Begin destruction protocol.
Begin destruction protocols.
Where's the Arborstone? I have lost my Arborstone scroll. Found it. I've just got too much stuff in my inventory.
Since they've had that problem with stuff salvaging food, and it still hasn't been fixed. I just checked again. I've turned on the rarity option in my bag, so the Arborstone scroll's ascended. Not too hard to find. Because I mean, normally I just auto salvage stuff, but you know, you can't. And now I have to know which thing I'm salvaging, what the rarity is, and I don't want to lose my salvage kit while I'm going through because I ran into something that I should be salvaging with a different kit. So I just turned on the rarity so I don't have that problem. All right. Entering the war room.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe if we just move this 3 millimeters over.
What is thy bidding? Pardon? Hang on, I got an achievement on Twitch. Oh! They got me to 200 followers. Oh, I'm not allowed to run. Hello, this is a very important thing where we are projecting half of our crew. Council.
Thank you for meeting me here, everyone. June?
As you all know, we've been busy replicating Unca's extractor. The plan is that we use the replicas to cure Suwan.
What happens to the Void once we pull it out of her?
It should pass to Aureen.
And it's not going to turn her into a rampaging dragon?
Aureen's been able to withstand the corruption in the past.
But we don't know for sure, which is why we'll have an army.
Those of you in the Jade Sea, what's Suwan's status?
Still rampaging. We've managed to keep her contained, but everyone's growing weary.
You won't have too much longer. Are the extractors ready to be moved to the Jade Sea?
They'll be ready to go any second, Commander. We're just running a few last-minute tests.
Why in the hell didn't that work? I was precise.
And, making a few last-minute adjustments. But they'll be in the air in minutes. Tens of minutes at the most.
Gorik, you meet Timmy and June in the Jade Sea.
We're ready.
With all our best
Get them
minds
loaded.
keeping the extractors working.
Actually, Commander, I want to be on the front line. I want to fight the Dragon Void.
Gorik.
I won't be talked out of it. It was my blunder that set this all in motion. This Choya brain needs to make things right.
Called himself Choya Brain.
Saida and I are out here just off the coast of the Jade Sea. Void creatures are spreading beyond the shore. Rapidly. We might want to get ahead of that. If you have any forces that are air-capable...
Air-capable? That's Ivan. I'll go.
I can go with you. I'm good with heights.
You're a bird.
As long as you've got an airship and are reasonably useful in a fight, you're hired.
Very well. Kaz, Jory, since you know all the players involved, I need you two to join Battlefield Command.
We won't let you down.
I know. We've been here before. It didn't break us then, and it won't break us now.
Ah, yeah. Do your pep talk. It's all good. I'm gonna talk to people because potential achievements.
Sorry, Commander.
I don't know about this one. I don't know if we can...
Oh, if hang on. Gonna spy on
It's
them.
a long shot. No denying that. But we can't think about that. We've just got to deal with what's right in front of us.
Well, if we don't try, we die anyway, so we might as well do it.
Hearts open.
We take this last one, side by side. Okay? Every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
And then you can, like, are you already married? I don't remember. Are they married? If they're not married, then you'll get married. Okay. Let's go talk to all the people. Not married? Alright, afterwards you'll get married. End of the world things will do that to you. Ally. Okay, yep, good. She's okay, so the speakers are like, you are not as concerning as an entire dragon killing the world. Cool.
Well, he's been arrested.
Oh, she's talking.
I don't know much about the Canthan legal system yet. That's more your area of expertise.
Shut up, I was arrested once.
He'll go on trial when things calm down. Probably be locked up for quite a while. He obstructed investigations into some pretty serious acts of terrorism. We still haven't received any kind of formal apology yet. But I imagine that comes after we've saved reality as we know it.
I don't need an apology. I do this shit all the time.
Oh, they're back in Echovald. The Void corruption there is significant now. But they're doing what we do best. Keeping the people of the forest as safe as they can.
Alright, good work.
They'll be okay.
They will. But if you're worried, you could go back and join them.
No.
I feel like Ayumi seems like she's supposed to be pretty important to the story, and like we have only talked to her like once. Extractors prepped. Yeah.
Oh boy, there's a question. Kind of, but not really.
What is Void?
Our observation observations line up with what could have been described. Void magic is made up of all the other magics. It's funny because when you hear the word void, you think of nothing, when the truth is, it's everything.
No, it's like paint.
Turns out everything is highly volatile. Any matter caught up in it changes states constantly. Life can't survive like that. We can't survive like that.
Okay. It's like paint. You put all the colors together, you got black. Except, you know, it also apparently killed everyone. So not like paint. Unless you drank the paint. Alright, the color of the dragon magic. You have an airship?
Oh, yeah. Won it in a game of dice.
Of course it does. This is the new expansion pack.
Our galleons Anka stashed. He thought it was a water ship. Didn't even know what he had. Ha! If I hadn't won, I'd have probably found a way to liberate it from him. Anyway, I ran into a few other ex-Aether Blades who were all interested in forming a new crew. To do,
You can do all the illegal airshipping you want, as long as you don't shoot me in the face. This is the Cantha Pack. It is the Cantha Pack! Welcome to End of Dragons! Where we end the dragons cycle. You have more than a potato to peel? I mean, I'm inside of a building right now. In the middle of a forest. That belonged to people's ancestors. Do.
Me? Nah. I told them everything I know. The administrators get to clean up the mess at this point.
Who's going to be the next Minister of Security? You?
He doesn't like that.
Oh, boy. No. I am not going to be the next Minister of Security. There are about 5 levels of deputy ministers ahead of me. And truth is, I don't want to be promoted. I could have been deputy minister years ago. That's not the life for me. I like the work. I don't want to watch other people do it. Besides,
he's a beat cop and he likes it.
I don't know if the ministry's really even the place for me anymore.
Alright, Tsundere Rama. See you later. Don't get killed.
I mean, this is like not really Cantha though. This is like the Echovald.
Yeah, this is the Echovald. It's
Wilds.
Yeah, this is the Echovald Wilds. It's not Qingje. Although you would not necessarily recognize it. It's been modernized. Yeah. Well, yeah, Cantha. This is part of Cantha, but it's not like the cities or anything, which one might expect to be seeing. I'm in the middle of a forest.
In a woods.
In a woods. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, what'd you do, liaison? Nobody likes the laws of physics. Yeah, I've heard people, well, I mean, people were very excited for this because Cantha was most people's favorite from the original Guild Wars. You have literally seen the inside of a building that we've made into a makeshift war room, but I get the feeling that you will not like it no matter what, because it's different. Ready to go? I'm leaving. Talk to everybody. No secret achievements. Alright, so where do we have to be? The Jade Sea. Okay. How do we get there? Well, I'm gonna try Mori Village and see. This is why we can't have nice things. Honestly, I think they did a beautiful... Oh, I just got booted. I think they did an absolutely beautiful job with it. I haven't played the original Guild Wars, but I enjoy how they melded the traditional architecture in the actual cities. We're not in the actual cities right now, but they melded the traditional architecture with the new advanced tech that they modernized the cities with. The Jade tech, it runs on dragon magic. Long story. We've been here for a while. Okay, it's there. Up there. I don't know how I'm gonna get there. So you gotta get out of Arborstone first. Technically I own it. I could go see it.
Okay, this'll be a fair contest. I catch wind of any cheating.
Do you talk about the Asura wanting 15 seconds to get back to mainland from Cantha due to outdated travel?
Try to hit targets. Get a hit, get a
Pink.
point for your team. Try not to wildly embarrass yourself.
I don't see any pink. Be quiet.
Competing for a chance to show your skills.
Okay, so yeah, it's like up there.
Everybody grab a practice bow from the barrel and let's
Yeah, so like you go all the way to the top of Tyria from here, and you like try to go to shore. It's like 10 silver, but I mean honestly, it's not even bad considering how far down we are. Dude, it was a stained glass one. You know, I'm not arguing this with you. If somebody doesn't like a game because it's different than a game that they used to play if they redid an area, it's like with movies. People never like the new one because it's different. It's just not, it doesn't, there's no... But yeah, there is pink in the mainland because there are cherry blossom trees.
Different, it's weird.
A new PvP? No? That sentence doesn't make sense. PvP is a separate game mode in Guild Wars 2. So it would introduce new fighting styles because there's new... Oh, look, void magic.
Mushroom bombers out here.
It would introduce a lot of new PvP builds, probably, but no, PvP is its own thing, introducing new maps in its own time. Alright, this bridge was more like what Cantha looks like. Or, sorry, like, what's the name of the fucking province? Setsune and, Nukaing. Like, oh god, this pronunciation was shit. But this bridge is more like what it was because what it looks like because it's got like the actual thing. So we have like some more traditional architecture, and then they make a lot of things out of jade because they run on jade, and then they have like these new tech powered things, Luxons versus Kurziks. Kind of. They're the purist minister was overthrown in the time that we haven't been here, but a lot of people still have problems with it. So some of the different characters that we meet talk about the discrimination they receive because they're like half Luxon or something. There's a group of people known as the Brotherhood that are interested in purist, returning things to purist only, including a minister, which we just arrested for being a racist and not wanting any outsiders and to purify Cantha again, etc. They're still very cautious, and they didn't like the part where we, you know, fell from the sky onto their beach very much. I haven't really seen much of the armor that that I know is available. I've seen like 2 sets. don't exist.
Something of a
Yeah, but they talk about it.
these days. Thanks to the escalating hostilities between the Jade
Oh,
Brotherhood
you
and
went.
the
Okay,
Speakers.
you just went in. Hi.
Was I supposed to?
I just didn't know that you were here yet.
Oh.
Commander, the extractors have just reached
See,
the
pink.
JC.
Good timing. So have I.
Because it's a cherry
We'll
blossom
need you to
tree.
place the 5 perimeter extractors. While Timey and I travel with the main device to a staging area near the Harvest Temple. You'll need to lay them out in a configuration that leaves no room for her escape.
Oop, void stuff here.
To determine approximate locations, but we've sent a device to help you pinpoint the ideal spots.
It should
Okay.
be popping in any second now.
Okay. Okay, guys. So yeah, they have, like, this is another example of newer tech that they've, like, you can see the, like, power that they bring in using Jade. So they use Jade to power their these waypoints now. They look a lot different than the waypoints in Central Tyria. It's the fast travel system. They basically just made another one, so we didn't have to adapt. Unsorted Jade sample, no. But honestly, like, looking up at that and seeing the, like, new tech on top of the old buildings looks really beautiful. They use nostalgia to draw players in. I mean, I guess, but I have no nostalgia for this area. I think it's just beautiful, and they did a really good job.
NANI?!
Building it and building out the storyline and how it comes together. And now you're there! And I'm genuinely impressed with all of the new assets. They didn't seem to cut corners this time, which is something that was happening a lot in the living story that annoyed me. Alright, where am I going? This way. Don't mind my dragon. This is from a different expansion. It's too easy. Yeah, it was definitely built to be able for different types of players, and I mean like people who aren't used to playing MMOs, to be able to play it as well.
Got the device.
Good. Use it to scan the locations we sent.
Oh, and, Commander, hi. We just got a chance to survey the Jade Sea. It's a mess out there.
Thanks, Marjorie.
Which is no one's fault. The void just keeps coming.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm sure the people at the Jade Sea would appreciate any help you have to offer while you're out there.
Smart guild heavy than the original guild words. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. Oh, guys, stop talking.
But hurry, it looks like your current region isn't fully ready yet.
Oh, we gotta go over there. This was my first MMO, and the low bar for entry means that I was able to play a game in a type of game that I don't think I would ever have tried or been able to handle otherwise. And it introduced me to the genre, and now I've played lots of MMOs since then. So for me, it meant something for it to have a low bar of entry, and I appreciate that. Honestly, my biggest complaint is just we solve all our problems by hitting them. You want it there? Okay.
First extractors on the ground.
Oh.
Wonderful. We just got to the staging area. Getting everything set up.
Hey, send some local racketeers to
Well, oh yeah, there's definitely in this game, once you reach level 80, you are still a baby. Oh my gosh. Actually, something I tell people is they give us level 80 boosts now, like a lot of MMOs do. I tell people to not do your first character through a level 80 boost and take your time, because you're gonna have like 6 times harder getting adjusted if you're using your level 80 boost. Just because you won't learn how your combat works on your character because you've just been thrown all of it all at once. You haven't read anything, you just look up a build on the internet and you don't know what you're doing or how it's gonna, you know, do. Oh, okay, it's right here. Right here.
2 extractors in place.
Stuff was too easy.
Set it down gently. Gently.
I mean, it might have been easy for you guys, but it's hard for me to judge because this was first MMO. I don't play, like, you know, I'm a Stardew Valley Sims girl. You know, I'm more of a creative sandbox player. Puts all her games on easy and just tries her best than like difficulty. Oh my gosh, we did a challenge a while ago where we started dungeons naked. That was it actually added some challenge to the dungeons. Poor dungeons. They have not patch updated any of them in years. And ooh, that's a scary thing. And they are so easy and nobody runs them anymore. It's really sad. I mean, I'm gonna guess it's not in the water, but yeah. Oh, okay. This is a. I'm stuck. Okay. What did I just land on? I think it's upstairs. Yeah, things have changed. I think there's a good argument for things are too easy. There's also people who think some things are too hard. I think that there's places in the game to go if you want harder content, and there are places in the game to go if you want easier content. And there are some people who will never be able to do the hardest content in the game. And there are some people who will never find it hard enough. It just kind of depends on who you are.
Some void monsters.
You alright?
Nothing we can't handle. These gang members are pretty.
But everybody can do the open world story stuff, which I think is great. Except maybe that last puzzle room. That was a little bit rough. But it's fine if you have help. Minty, valuable asset. But yeah, I'm guessing you'd be one of the people that would never find anything hard enough in the end. But good fractal challenge mode versions would be probably where you'd be, or high tier challenge mode raids. Ooh, hang on, I'm gonna go pop that waypoint. The dodge button. They've added a lot of stuff to the dodging, like there's some good fights that if you don't use that dodge button correctly, like in the right place at the right time, you waste it, you're screwed, which I think is very fun.
Get ready.
If I'm wanting a challenge.
Then pick a fight with an elder dragon.
They also added break bars, which is a big change to how people fight. So you actually like have to use your CC, which is useful. What am I doing here? Help my allies? Ugh, gross. Babe, we have to help people.
Oh dear.
Protected.
Yeah, you'd definitely be a high-end player. Are you okay? I'm not allowed to help you? Alright. Help your allies in Dragon's End by completing events and just killing stuff. Okay, so if an event shows up, we do it. Otherwise, we just murder them. Also, these guys are stronger than I thought they would be because everything's been just, like, the baby mobs have just been kind of like, alright. These guys hurt.
All better.
You're fine. You're fine. Get up, you're fine. It's fine. Yes, it is, but it's been attacked by void magic, which is why it's a bit of a mess.
I placed another extractor. Are you all safe?
You see grass?
Mostly, we lost a couple of the gang members, and just as we got back to work, we had to fight their void shades. But now they're taking care of
This is the shiniest grass I've ever seen. Oh, sorry, that's my hammer. Ew, is it supposed to be a different color? There's a fractal that uses jade, and it's kind of more of a dark green in that fractal. Jade C is jade colored. Yeah, I would argue that this is jade colored. What do you think, babe? Jade colored? Not jade colored?
I would
does it?
consider
Okay.
it green.
It's just, yeah, it's just green. Raw jade. I wonder what that looks like, because I think that's what this is supposed to be. It also could just be they picked this color because they think it looked best, which is like a thing that happens in video games. You decide to do something, ooh, just because of aesthetic purposes. Yes, chunks of jade. I had to buy these off the trade post yesterday. I think it's pretty. I'm loving this crazy floating nonsense that's swirling from the dark void magic having pulled it out of the ground, but I expected the waves to be bigger. Gonna be real. It was an ocean or sea after all, right? Where are we going? Take me away. Alright, Kindle. I know it's time for you to go. We're probably gonna end soon. I just want to finish this section. The giant turtles! Dude! We get to ride them! Okay, sorry. Bye, Kindle. Have a great night. Yeah, so we can't yet because we haven't. So Goversu now works on a mastery system, but you will notice that there may or may not be a turtle mount section that I have not unlocked yet. The rush. I took a zip line, and I don't know how close they are to the original stuff, so that might not be what you're expecting, but I can show you because it's, even though it's locked. So basically we attached jade stuff to them and made them mounts. They're 2 cedars mounts, so one person can get on and drive and the other person can get on and shoot the cannon. And you can color these any way you want, but yeah, I'd imagine it is. As someone who played the original game a little bit, the aesthetic is definitely different.
Commander,
but I like
at
this.
the Jade Quarry base camp now. Suwant arrived right on time.
Okay, but I'm not gonna do the battle because that's not what we're doing right now. But yeah, we get to ride them, which I think is gonna be fun. But I guess I have to like do a bunch of stuff to get there, and oh, I'm blind. Of course I'm blind. Why wouldn't I be blind? There's just a weird eyeball over there. What's the story of Cantha right now, or like I assume you know the past. Like what's going on, what's happened, because this is the story of the expansion pack, right? Basically, we crash landed on their shores.
After traveling through the mists to get there.
Yeah, we accidentally hop an Aetherblade ship because one of our friends gets kidnapped, and then we crash land on their shore. But no, they don't have a Shiro return. Shiro is currently in the game as a revenant What are they called? Do you know what they're called? When they switch, I don't have a Revenant. They switch.
I forgot.
Oh God. Revenant.
Legend?
Yeah, they switch legends. Yeah, so like Revenant, Gilbert Sue. Open, please. I don't know if you guys had. I doubt they had Revenants in Gilbert's one, right? I think it's a new profession. They're stances. So you invoke various legendary people from the mists, and have them basically inhabit your body and to use their power. Shiro is the legendary assassin stance. Revenant, yeah, it was from the first expansion packs. So Shiro takes over a Revenant's body as part of that.
I know your history with the Jade Brotherhood
Yeah.
all too well.
There. Yep, that's the backstory there. Wipes out all the Lacantha. They had a lot of trouble with undead in the area. In the meantime, we murder a bunch of dragons, cause a bunch of problems, discovered that that wasn't a good idea, and now this is happening, which is apparently a problem. Despite being the spirit of vengeance eternally looming over the continent. Yeah, he's like, he looks crazy, and I haven't played the Revenant, so I don't have like as much experience with it. I didn't like the original Herald. Yeah, shut up, Tara. Ooh.
That was the most fun PvP build ever. Herald.
Do nothing, stand.
What?
There we go.
You're talking about the Herald, or?
Damon's giving the backstory between Guild Wars 1 and now.
Extractors in place.
Excellent work, Commander. We're almost finished setting up here as well. We should be done.
I got an elite void vine tooth that I don't want to deal with because I don't have time for this. But apparently I'm supposed to help and defeat the void and all this nonsense I don't want to do. Where are you? If you hadn't played the first one, you'd be excited. Yeah, I think that, so I know people who are like very into the first one that are super into the expansion pack, and I would love to get their like personal opinions. Like Noah, I know, is like super into lore. Are the new Revenant elite specs? Legendary Alliance stance. Ooh. Invoke the powers of legendary champions Arch, Morris, and Saint Victor. It's the Vindicator.
Does it make Power Revenant viable?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the page. The Lexon and Kyros that killed Shiro. Yeah. Oh, that's funny though. You could build a build with both the heroes that killed him and him all inhabiting your body. Oh, I'm gonna go where you are. I need to finish this. Help your allies. Blah, blah, blah. Pad out the game length. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, they're trying to start the meta. Yeah. Hey, Paige. Please have no expectation of understanding what's going on here.
Careful, everyone. The observatory's being protected by that salt spray dragon.
I'm helping. That game looks so fun. Well, Paige, they're having debates about if it's fun or not right now, as people who played the first game, but,
Ooh, I got insta now.
You got wrecked. Oh, that's not good. Oh, you're screwed. Goodbye, sweet prince.
That's okay, I want to go to bed anyway.
This game looks fun. This is the most fun I've had in this game in a while, as someone who's owned it for... It's just at a certain point you kind of run out of crap to do. This dragon thing hurts, and I can't see the... Oh, they've got... Oh, okay. I'm dumb. They've got... what are they called? It's got ley line energy and aerial defense on it. So we need to get in circles. You're just sad the advertisement hit your nostalgia and yeah. So I definitely wouldn't agree with them using your nostalgia to like sell it. You have to like Guild Wars 2 to like its expansion pack. I'm just happy that there's actually something I enjoyed to that. This is going so well. We can finish this another night. It's just like help your allies. Did everything except stop rezzing me. I don't want to be part of the fight anymore. I haven't even read this. Reduce incoming direct damage. It just has a shield because it's in the air.
I don't think well on the ground.
I don't think well on the ground. Oh, it's Kate. Hi, Kate. I don't think well on the ground either. I'm not doing a lot of paying attention, and it's not going well for me. You are correct about that. Like I said, it's one of the things that people always talk about when they talk about Guild Wars is Cantha. Let me die, kill me, let me die. Let me die. Yay! Okay. I'm not going back to that. Do you want to stop here?
Oh, I already made it halfway back.
You said you wanted to stop. It's past your time. Your bedtime.
That's right, I've got time to be stubborn.
Okay. I'm gonna end stream, but you go be stubborn and then we'll head to bed. I'm off center as hell. Between the fight, the ending, and the second ending, you still have an hour of content to get through. Yeah, I understand that. And not to mention we have a ton of like map complete and hearts and stuff to do that we've just been running through the story the last 2 times. So there's just a bunch of like backtracking to do, mastery stuff to earn. It's an expansion pack, so there's expansion pack level content. Like I'm not going to be done the expansion pack when I'm done streaming the expansion pack. I just kind of wanted to stream because what I would want to do this week is just play anyway. So I was like, I'll just stream it every day because that's what I'll be doing anyway. So I thought that would be a good idea. I'm a little bit sad that RD was busy the last 2 times and Setsuna was behind too. Sorry, Emerald Cake. You guys know him as Emerald Cake on here. Because it was really fun to hang out with them and just get distracted by side quests and events and stuff. Minty will be happy as there is a Magic is Friendship anime power-up going to occur. Apparently, babe. Get excited. Get hype. And Fox, I doubt it will do similar things for Guild Wars 2 that it did for Guild Wars 1. I'm gonna shut the sound off. 1 second.
It takes them time to
Just
reform.
character select, that's better. Okay, just music. it's just like Guild Wars 2 is not in the same place that like other like one, I don't think the gaming community is in the same place as it was when Guild Wars 1 was out. Like, people don't like or want to put the time into MMOs that they used to. Like, as many people, I know there still are, obviously there's still people, but I think people are more interested in getting like short, like small, easy bursts of dopamine instead of the like time commitment that you have to put
People
into
just want to play the gacha.
the time commitment into an MMO that is really required to enjoy it. Waifus and gachas, and yeah. I think Genshin Impact is a really good example of the type of game that people like these days. Because not only is it mobile cross-platform, but it's full of gacha and anime titties and the stuff that people want to see. And you can, there's lots of content, but you can get your dopamine hit without a lot of grinding or anything. So, like, that's what people want to do. So I don't think the gaming community's in the right place either. And we've been seeing constant drop-offs of people in Guild Wars 2. Like, people just don't play anymore. And this is like the most people I've seen online ever in years. since HOT, the last expansion pack. It's just more just drops of people. With the only people that really play all the time being raiders. Who are like super into raids and do them every day and get all their stuff and then get on an alt account and do the same thing again. So I don't know. I don't think that this community, Guild Wars 2 community, or the gaming community, or the MMO community is really in a place for this game. No players until the content drops. I don't know though. Like the kind of intense loyalty that and like obsession that a game like WoW inspired in people, I don't think we could really replicate that again. I don't think the gaming community is in a place where it's possible for people to replicate that level of intensity, because it takes so much time to get your like, you know, your dopamine hit, you know, your serotonin. It takes too long. And yeah, the demographics have changed. Things have changed. And we were saying that, like, I think Genshin Impact's a good example of the types of game that people want right now that would have traditionally been like an MMO target. Really? I don't know a ton about Final Fantasy XIV anymore, because Final Fantasy XIV for me was a game that I tried once and it didn't like it grasped me for a little bit, but then I didn't really care. And then me and Minty tried it again, and it still didn't really get me. I don't like the combat, and I think I could get obsessed with Lost Ark if I let myself take the time to get really into the combat, but I'm not gonna let myself take the time to do that because I don't have time to be obsessed with Lost Ark. Yeah, I think that's probably really unfortunate for WoW players because they put so much into that game. You want to stay with it forever, but yeah, like I said, I don't think the thing that happened with WoW is gonna be repeatable. But yeah, Final Fantasy XIV, the people who I know that play it are really into it, but not as many people play it in the same way that like everybody was playing WoW back when it was like I knew what World of Warcraft was way before I knew what any other MMO was. 'Cause like the only video game I played was The Sims and RuneScape. When I was like, Neopets, if you count that, growing up, because we weren't allowed. Oh, and we played on like consoles and stuff, but I mean online things. I knew what WoW was years before anything else. It's just because everybody played it. everybody knew what it was. So I just 14 is free. Free is very extensive, which is nice. Yeah, but you do need to pay a subscription to get all the way into it. I guess my biggest problem is I don't like subscription-based games. I like to pay like I'd rather pay a bigger amount up front than pay for a subscription, or pay like the pseudo subscriptions. And you guys know what? Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say pseudo subscription? Is like BDO had value packs that if you could play all of BDO without a value pack, but you didn't get value out of it unless you were running value packs, and that was $24 a month. And I paid for those, so yeah, not worth it. You played WoW free trial for 2.5 days. Yeah, the way they do the WoW free trial has changed since I did it once. Because while I was waiting for Guild Wars 2 to drop, I got sick and I was home in bed. And I remember I wanted to play Guild Wars 2 so bad. Like, that's all I wanted to do. But you know how they kept, if anyone remembers waiting for Guild Wars 2, they did a it'll be ready when it's ready model. It's like they didn't want to put a release date on it because they didn't want to release an unfinished game because of like pressure from anyway. So they told them no, which I'm not sure if that's like a good model. I appreciate not wanting to release unfinished content and not putting pressure on them to finish stuff and leave things rushed, but also like it's good to know when your game is coming out and put a date, you know, like put a schedule on your people so that they work hard. I don't know which model is better. I guess it depends on who's working on it. But I wanted to play so bad that I played the WoW free trial in bed on my laptop because I was just like, I need something that's close. So that was my first WoW experience. Not gonna lie, Guild Wars 2 main story is bad. It's like, now it feels bad, but when I played it the first time, I liked it. I do find that annoying. They make you pick a whole backstory and then it's irrelevant later. Because there's like a section that's like about you, there's a section that's about like Destiny's Edge, there's a section that's about Zaitan. And then from that we move on and it doesn't really pull from the background anymore. But yeah, because like I like that my Sylvari has a background, but there are some things they have done which is that I like about being able to choose which race you are. Like, different in the expansion packs, different people will respond differently to you depending on which race you are, which is interesting. Especially during HOT, Sylvaris were not trusted. So you are treated badly by characters that would otherwise treat you fine because of who you are, which I thought was interesting. So running through HOT story as a Sylvari is a different experience than running through it normally. So that was cool, but they don't take into account like the cycle I was born in, with my personality, like, thanks. I think they wanted to do more with that, but they just didn't, which sucks. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Guild Wars 2 that I look at and it's like, you could have done more with this, but you didn't. And I'm sad.
Soup.
Soup indeed. Oh, hi! It feels like we're calling someone Messiah. Hi, Messiah. This game on balance on the feedback from tested amounts, nothing because it doesn't. But yeah, I think that's probably a good place to stop for today. Talking about it, it's a lot. I don't know. I find that like there's a lot of arguments to be made like for and against the things Guild Wars has done, and there are some things that are like, yeah, that was not good. But in the end, I mean, the suspension pack has been fun. I've enjoyed it. And I only paid 25 Canadian dollars for it, which quite frankly is really good for an expansion pack these days. I'm paying $60 up here for a Sims expansion pack, and I'm not actually. I've stopped because it's way too expensive, and I wait until they go on sale for like at least 50% off before I buy them. It would be good if somebody listened to the QA people. Yes. But yeah, so I think the amount of money I paid for the amount of fun that I've had so far and that I think I will continue to have with this game expansion pack, it's worth it. I like Guild Wars. It's always going to be my first MMO and like hold a special place for me. So I guess when I talk about it, I'm always thinking of how it holds a special place for me personally. And so that adds into my answers of like why it's a good game. It's not a good game for everyone. It's just a good game for me. And I think it released at a time for me that was like perfect because I was 17. And so I was like just old enough to really want something more complex video game wise. But not old enough that I had already experienced things that were like in my life. I hadn't experienced things that were difficult. So you'd ask for a refund, find out the JC is green rather than cyan. But you're very specific about what you want with Cantha because the nostalgia from Guild Wars 1 means a lot to you. Which is understandable. So like, you expect something different than I expect out of the game. I think your expectations mean a lot. I know, I hear a lot about Guild Wars 1, Cantha, so I know that it means a lot to people. But yeah, on this note, I'm gonna go. I am streaming this again tomorrow, and I'm gonna stream it Sunday as well. Minty's gonna cry and be sad because he's very tired. And I can make him stream with me. Love you, hun. But yeah, this is a good place to stop. So we're gonna stream 2 more days, and then no more Guild Wars. I know it's not everybody's thing to watch me play Guild Wars, and I appreciate everyone that's hung out and talked and chatted a little bit. But yeah, this isn't my normal thing, so yeah, we'll do something else. We'll go back. We're gonna start Skyrim on Monday, which I'm really excited about, because I've never actually finished the story in Skyrim. I have like 900 hours in Skyrim and I never finished the story because who cares about the main story when I can be in the Dark Brotherhood? You like seeing it anyway? That's good. It brings you back. Once upon a time. And I think games hold special places for us, right? Sorry. Honestly, I don't know how you felt about if you've seen or felt if you've seen any of Path of Fire, but I know that the people who are interested in the lore were really excited because they found a bunch of stuff that was like in like statues that have been knocked down that were standing in Guild Wars 1. Like they were able to recognize things and go through and like see stuff that they had seen in Guild Wars 1 and be like, I know exactly where I'm standing. And they thought that was really cool. I couldn't, and it made me buy Guild Wars 1 because I wanted to experience it the way they did. We didn't get very far in Guild Wars 1, but because it's an older game, it's hard to get into when you're used to newer stuff. But yeah, we like it was so cool to see people be so excited about something. So I don't know if you've seen. Well, there you are. We're about to end. What's up? I've been talking. Yeah, I'm proud of you. That you're friggin', you're scared. Yeah. We're just talking about, like, comparatively, Fox here played a lot of Guild Wars 1 and he was very upset by the color of the Jade Sea. The epic music is just the character selection screen behind me. It's behind the curtain. I like it a lot, so I just left it there. That's a lot of hours. I have about half that in Guild Wars 2. I did take I've taken a pretty big break though from like constant playing since POF though, because after POF I couldn't really get into the intermediate stories, like the stuff that's in between. I had a really hard time with like wanting to play because there wasn't anything left to experience. Yeah, if you were looking for like Guild Wars 2 2.0, Guild Wars 1 2.0, Guild Wars 2 would be a disappointment. Because it's not Guild Wars 1 2.0, it's we took the lore and we did something with it. The new interpretation of a story. Yeah. So some players loved it, some players were alienated by it. And I do think, yeah, the combat system from the first one is super cool. So I don't know what was the right choice to do right now, but they were pretty successful with it, so I guess it was fine. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. They're like if you treat them like two separate entities. This is kind of how I treat like the book versus the movie, right? You know, sometimes people are like, this movie was terrible because the book or the original movie or whatever, it didn't like stay true to things. And people get all they're very pissy about comic book movies when they don't do the comic books justice. I have this thing where I just treat them as different things. Like they have the same like background, like the lore is the same, but they're not the same story. Because somebody else is taking the concept and they're reinterpreting it. It's an art project basically. So, well, you don't have to like Guild Wars 2. Like I said, that's not. I just meant that like I find it easier to enjoy things if I separate them like that. Like this isn't the same thing. So it's like I enjoy stuff that people hate because on principle, because it's not anything like its original, like its origins, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't seen the origin. I thought it was great. People got mad when they found out I watched the new Charmed, but I haven't seen the old Charmed. Yeah, well, you said you're very much into like high level stuff, so like I said, I imagine the lower bar for entry for Guild Wars 2 would be a big issue for you, like as a player. You want it to challenge you, and it didn't. Like, where's my challenge, sir? Yeah, alright. I'm gonna end up. We should go. We should let poor Minty sleep. He's gone AFK, actually, but... Alright, I'm out. Wait, let's see if there's anyone to raid. I've got Revenant up here. Oh god, we have a lot of people that we can raid. Oh my gosh, I want to raid, Jay. Will you guys help me raid Jay? I would adore that if you guys help me raid Jay. Is she ending? No, she's drawing stuff. Why aren't you on my raid list? There she is. Alright. Yeah, as usual, we do a Sarah raid. If you guys do not mind, if you could stay for a few minutes, that would make me super happy. And if you are not currently subscribed, you can also do a Sarah raid this way. But yeah, I would love if you guys would stay for a few minutes, say hi. This is a friend from school, actually, that is doing some art right now. So I know, I understand, Fox. I'm not like insulted or anything that you're more interested in lore stuff. I understand where you're coming from. I think it's an interesting conversation, actually, which is why I stopped to have it. So thanks for talking about it with me. But yeah, let's go raid Jay. Her name is Zoe, but she had everyone call her Jay, so I call her. But she's, yeah, so she used to play Guild Wars as well, so yeah, let's go raid her. She's an amazing artist. She's fantastic, and I am glad she started streaming it. So if you guys could definitely, you remember Jay? That's good. So if you guys could definitely put a little Sarah raid, just say hi. And if you just stay for a few minutes, if you like, or drop a follow, that would be awesome. I would just love to see her again for a minute. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sarah! Hi, Sarah! Hello! Hello, everybody! Sarah, how are you? Blender, God no. I have no idea how to use Blender. It's just good old Procreate.